get away. Just a mistake, what do you come back to me? Every step that you take echoes through. Don't let me go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with the Rainbow Six Siege Summer Series here. This is the first day of many that we have in store for you here. First match, which we're going to be bringing to you, is going to be Control Esports versus Augless. A very interesting matchup. I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Chuck Master. Chuck, how you doing? What's going on?
Doing fantastic this afternoon. Really getting into these games. As you were saying, Augless versus Control. Going to be definitely an interesting one as Control the lineup's a little bit new to the scene.
Yes, a new lineup which we haven't seen too much of so far, so it is going to be quite interesting to see how they are going to go here. We are going to be heading to Coastline. That is going to be the first map that we are going to be going to here. But first, I'll just discuss to you what's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks for any of you viewers here who are new to the stream. We're going to be having 4 play days across the next 2 weekends, so Saturday and Sunday today, and then Saturday and Sunday next week as well. We'll be doing 2 matches each from the round of 16. So you get to see Augless versus Control up first. Then we'll have TBD versus Dubious in the next one, which is going to be a very exciting match. And then we'll have the rest of the games following in the next couple of weeks. But, Lockie, our first match here, Control versus Augless on Coastline. What can we expect to see? Augless most likely looking like going to be the favorite in this one and taking it out. But we haven't seen too much from the Control lineup, so I think it's we're going to be a little bit surprised here going into this one.
Yeah. Not seen much of the side of the lineup. Most of them are being new players coming into the scene, besides, I believe, their in-game leader, which is Star. So it's going to be interesting to see these newbies are going to be trying to bring out their best and show what they can bring to the game and see if they can take out Augless, which would be such a dominant force to sort of get a win up on first. So it's going to be exciting to see how they try and bring into this fight and if they can make a name for themselves in the first game.
Yes, well, we had the qualifiers last weekend, which was the ESL Go Forward number 57, which was the Summer Series qualifiers, and Control didn't put on the best performance that they possibly could. They did quite well to make it in the end, though. They did lose first to TBD in their very first round. They lost 2-7 to them, and then they also lost to Extricity in the lower bracket as well. So they got knocked out of that quite early, but because there was a few teams that got knocked out, there was actually a tiebreaker, which they did play in, and they were able to take out both Sleeper Gaming and Enforcer Esports to just be able to sneak themselves a spot into this one. So they did really well to get themselves in here, but when we look at the lineup of sort of Augless, they've had quite a lot of experience in the scene, and they're also in Pro League for this season 9 as well in the ANZ region. So they were able to take out Avant recently. They lost their first match on Villa 5-7, but then they won 7-4 against Avant as well. So they're doing not too bad in the scene so far, and Augless definitely going to be a team to reckon with in this Summer Series tournament.
Yeah, so going to have Augless on the picking up Coastline first, and that's a map we've seen them play a lot in recently. So if Control have gone back, look at the VODs, there's going to be a lot of information to see how all have played, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can pick up on any of that.
Yes, indeed. And if we take a look at the bracket that we are going to see here for the tournament so far, August in Control, obviously up the top there. And we've got TBD and Dubious, the next match that we are going to be covering, and that is actually going to be a rematch of the final, which we did see in the qualifiers for this summer series. So Dubious were able to take out TBD not once, but twice there. They were 2-0 the first time that they beat them, and then 2-1 the second time. Then we have Advance and X Frontline, going to be the next match up there. And then as well, we're going to have off the grid esports, as well as who was that other team there, as well as X Frontline. Gentlemen, sorry. So a good top part of the bracket there, and then Lockie, take us through the bottom half of the bracket. We're going to see quite a lot of exciting teams in there.
Yeah, so we got Oddity versus Extricity. That's going to be coming up. That's going to be a really interesting game, as well as Skyfire versus Mindfreak. Mindfreak are making their name for themselves. That's going to be one that you don't want to miss. And those are going to be some incredible games that are going to be coming up in the future. And can't wait to see how those goes. But the ones that have today are also going to be incredible.
Yes, Mindfreak, of course, as well. The old TBD roster, which has been picked up. So the TBD that we are actually going to see in the second game of today is actually a completely new roster as well. So both Controller Esports and TBD, two teams which we sort of haven't been able to see a lot of so far. They did get their little run in the Summer Series qualifier, but we didn't unfortunately get to catch any of that. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these two teams are going to fare against, the teams of Dubious and August. But Lockie, let's head in and talk about the first match we have here. August versus Control on Coastline. In terms of bans, what do you think we're going to see sort of coming out on this map? Being a sort of it's not a big map. It's a very sort of small map, obviously having two stories. So there's quite a bit of room to move around and quite a lot of opportunities for flanks and rotates. But it's quite a small map. So, Jackal, not an operator which you see played overly a lot, but he seems to have come back into the meta quite recently.
Yeah, I reckon some fans are going to see probably a Glaz going to be taken out. Just the map just works so well, and there's so many lines of sight that Glaz just really thrives in and can really get those long lines of sight. So I reckon he's an operator you usually see taken out, especially on Coastline, and we've seen him being banned more and more recently as sort of become more into the meta. But the other attacking operator, not too sure what they're going to try to ban for that one.
Yes, well, Ying as well seems to be an operator which a lot of teams haven't really enjoyed dealing with here. They've it's just been so strong, and although we got the, sort of Jaeger that can counter Ying, and of course the Kendelas do roll across the floor, and you can sort of hide behind things to avoid them. It's just once one of those Kendela explodes, and you're normally not throwing one in the room, you normally put all three straight into the room, go for a rush in there, and that big LMG with so many bullets in the magazine makes it very difficult to avoid, especially most players seem to be running a holographic on there as well. So Ying, I'm guessing one of the operators that we are going to see. We did see Glaz being taken out, though, by August both times in their both Pro League matches that they have played so far. So definitely an operator that they aren't really enjoying playing up against is Glaz, and we're not really too sure about the other one. They have taken out both Mirror and Echo on defense as well. Echo, Lucky as well, an operator which we've seen a lot of teams also not really enjoying playing against as well, especially having two Yokai drones now.
Yeah, having those Yokais, there's just so much plant denial when they're going. Be able to, if it gets to those final seconds that we usually see happen on Coastline when August are playing, it's sort of everything going down in those final seconds. If that echoes around and has those Yokais, so much plant denial can just completely shut down those plants, and really that's what the round could go down to. So it's better off they're just taking him out of the game, so don't have to really worry about those final seconds and sort of can play down to those couple final seconds and try and get those late round plants and not have to worry about the Yokais.
Yes, and we have seen Mirror being actually played a little bit on this map, and it doesn't seem to be another defensive operator that we're seeing a lot of teams actually take out of Coastline. It seems to be one they're leaving in there. Just because of the way the sites play out, Mirror sort of doesn't get to sit in a spot where her back isn't safe, or where it can be opened up from behind. So we tend to see Mirror not being taken out just because they feel that they can take out other operators. We've seen Valkyrie taken out a few times here, and you can sometimes see Maestro being taken out. It seems like the operators which have give a lot of information to teams seems to be the one that we're seeing taken out here.
Yeah, that's just you don't want too many intel operators on the defending side. Makes it a little harder for the attacking operators to push those sites. So you either see the Maestro or the Echo going out. Valkyrie occasionally, we have seen recently they've taken out both intel operators, or at least 2 out of the 3 of them, which is a little bit strange, but it's keeps it interesting to see. Keeps the attacking teams on their toes, or the defending teams at least, and it's going to be interesting to see how we go into this match and what all want to ban against Control.
Yes, and if we talk about now the second map, which we are going to be heading to, which has been Control's pick, it's going to be Border, a map which we talk about time and time again as being a map which we see almost every team loving, having well rehearsed on, and you either see the two sort of strategies, Armory and Lockers being the primary site which teams always seem to go to first, unless they happen to want to throw a spanner in the works. But we normally see a Armory and Lockers hold first. You either see teams sort of putting their mirrors onto that Lockers wall and making sure they can really lock down Office as well as that Armory wall, or you sometimes see teams putting a mirror towards that CCTV area as well, and it's can throw a little bit of a spanner into the works and make it a little bit different. So I wonder whether we will see potentially potentially maybe a CCTV hold. It's not something you see come out too often, but you never know.
Yeah, so going to be on the Armory side. It's going to be interesting to see how everyone goes. See some new strats coming out recently, and it's going to be good to see how that we see the Control tackle this. Not too much information that's going to be out there on the side of Control that all of us have to really use.
Yes, and it can work in two favors for August. August could either use that to their massive advantage and go, right, we're just going to stick to the strategies that we are going to stick with and really put that to good use. And we've seen how strong the August can be on this map. But it also could mean that, that Control have got a lot of information now to take off of August, obviously being an established team for some time now. And it means that they're going to be able to have a look and, see the strategies that they employ and also have the potential to be able to go, all right, we can surprise August here and go, we can bring out these strategies and throw them at them. And, we might see them play that mirror in CCTV. We do see some teams putting, 2 or 3 players in towards that CCTV. And it's normally the place that you see teams take over first. So when that gets delayed in your push and getting into CCTV, it makes it a lot harder and slows down the round quite a bit. So it could be something we do see Control decide to pull out here on there. But the bans we're going to see most likely coming out of Border, you do see Blackbeard being taken out from time to time. Mirror was also an operator that we saw being taken out quite a bit, especially when this ban phase first came into the scene. But it's sort of been an operator we're not seeing being taken out as much, Lockie.
Yeah, Mirror's starting to get laid back on. They're not banning. It used to be religiously banned every single round, but now that sort of people have found ways to counter it a little bit, it's just less and less sort of banning happening from it, and so we're going to see Mirror coming a little bit back into the meta again, I reckon, with less bans.
Yes, and I think as well, it's just with how strong we're seeing other operators coming into the meta now, with teams really not liking the Echo and realizing that although information has always been very important, it's one of the key components of Siege. We're seeing a lot of teams realize how important it is and how much more difficult it is to attack into teams when they're putting Echo into full use and Valkyrie and Maestro. So when you have all those 3 operators available on defense, plus a mirror to give you intel, you got 4 operators there which give your team a lot of information. So we are definitely seeing teams try to get rid of as many of them as we can and just seeing if they can, make their attack a little bit easier. But we will have on Border Aulus going to be defending first and Control will be defending first on Coastline. So the ban phase, obviously the defending team gets the first attacking ban, but they don't get the first defensive bans. So some strategies behind the bans there definitely come out in terms of, obviously they get to play their first 6 rounds out on defense, will be Control first on Coastline, and they might not take out an operator that they feel is hard to attack against, because if they can get a 5-1 lead going into the second half, they only have to verse that operator for 2 rounds, and then it can make it quite challenging to be able to make it a lot easier to be able to attack onto there, because you've already got those 5 rounds in your pocket. You've only got to get 2 more, and if you were able to have a strong defense and put that mentality into the other team, going, we just left this operator in because we're gonna use it every single round. We're gonna have Echo, Maestro there every round. You may be able to take over the bomb site, but your post-plant situation, or even stopping you from getting that diffuser down, is going to be made very difficult by us.
Yes, and we're slowly getting closer and closer to when we be able to get in this. But yeah, I still reckon Control. It's going to be really hard for all to try to predict how Control are going to play. There's not too much information or what's known how they're going to play and what strats they're going to bring out here. There's only really one recording of them, how they really played. So they could be a little bit of an underdog coming into this fight. Auglis should be a little bit wary, but it's going to be definitely Controller going to be definitely a bit nervous going to face such a big force like Auglis.
Yes, and that's the unknowing and the thing that we don't really know about. They could come out and absolutely decimate Auglis. It's something that's a bit unknown, and that's what's exciting about going into this match. We just have no idea what Control are going to bring to the table, what strategies that we're going to see coming out from them, and it's definitely something that I'm really looking forward to, and hoping that they can at least bring a showing to Auglis. Auglis, we look at such a strong lineup. Silixon, such a fantastic Habana player there, and just doing so well for his team, and it's just been such a great asset to them. So without further ado, we are going to be heading in to our first match here. Ladies and gentlemen, Auglis versus Control on Coastline. Auglis going to be starting on the attack, with Control having the first ban here. Lockie, take us away.
So, already locking in this ban really confidently, so I'd like to see that. It's going to be a buck going down straight up. That's a little bit of an unusual ban coming out straight up on the board. You don't really see the buck being banned, especially on this map. There is a little bit of vertical, but you'd think you would rather choose another operator that would be a little bit more of a force to be reckoned with.
My guess is that's a targeted ban towards the likes of Emorin and also Ethan, who both are very strong buck players, and they are very good at opening up that floor and getting kills very quickly through the floor. And it's just credit also to the team of Auglis drone work. They're able to drone players, not ping them, and just we will see Emorin know exactly where they are, quickly opens up the floor and able to get them straight away. But the second attacking ban, we're going to see Glaz taken out. No surprise there from Auglis. They have taken it out already 2 times in Pro League so far. They're going to take it out again. So just really an operator they do not like dealing with here. But we're going to see them also take out Maestro on the defensive side. So one information operator being lost there. And there we go, Mirror being taken out. So going to make the likes of Kitchen and Penthouse a little bit more challenging to hold. But I think a good final ban coming out for Control there. So we head into the first round now. Auglis going to be starting on attack. Control with the advantage of being able to start on defense here. And I think it's definitely what they need going into this first matchup, considering that they are considered the underdogs going into this match.
Yeah, they're going to Blue Bar Sunrise for the first sight. We're starting to see it come out a little bit more and more recently, as players are just preferring to play on the bottom, the first floor of this map. We used to see that Penthouse would be everyone's favourite spot to go to, but now everyone's sort of starting to sit around these bottom floors, and it's starting to work out for them, and just have the Rovers playing upstairs and holding them from above.
Yeah, and I think that's a good site choice for them, considering that it's not a site you expect teams to go to first, meaning that it's going to potentially throw the side of Auglis off here and throw something in that they may not expect. But usually, Coastline being such a small map, you'll see the same operators coming out time and time again, because the take on the map is very similar for each bomb site. Getting upstairs control is important. It just depends whether you're pushing from the west side of the map and taking over Hookah and that, or if you're pushing from the other side of the map and having to take over Penthouse and Theatre. So you see a push usually coming from one side or the other to take upstairs. It's just kind of which way that you have to go about it. So being a small map, you do tend to see a very similar attack coming out each round. But you have both the Capitao and a Jackal coming out, 2 operators which are quite strong and have been coming into the meta a lot more recently, especially with a quick Capitao push. They haven't decided to bring a Ying along in conjunction with that, but Joe Massa going to be the man here to be on the Capitao for the first round.
Yeah, and we're already making quick work. So Silex already uses one of his X2 pellets. open up a wall. Ethan just going to be quickly droning out this toilets area, main lobby, seeing if they can get control, make their way in. That IQ play is going to be really play really well to the side of August here. There's so many utilities and devices out of control that could just be picked up so quickly by IQ. So Derpe running that is just going to be a strong force. Sark's just going to be quickly droning in this Sunrise bar to see if he can catch anyone out and get a kill right at the start. Imorin does get August down. That's the first kill. That's about gone straight up.
Yeah, it's a good pick to get out the way there, although Valkyrie still going to be able to sit on those cams for the remainder of the round. And there we go, Depe is going to be able to find Ravenous as well, so they lose their smoke. Such an important player to keep alive in this round, especially with a site like Sunrise. And August going to recognise that there's no one on the bomb site of Sunrise, and they're going to push in and try and get a plant straight away. Imorin going to find his second kill of the round, though, taking out Juicy. Boats has something to say about it. And Imorin again on the Zofia. Going to have a 3K so far. The diffuser will go down, though, and Stars, the only player left alive, won't be able to do anything, unfortunately. Derpe will be able to find a kill onto that one. And August going to take out the first round. 4 members still left alive for them, and a good first round for August.
Yeah, beautiful round. Nice and quick and easy for the side of August. They really didn't have anything to contest with. They just through that pool entrance, made their way onto site. Emo Rin dropping a 3K in the first round on the Zofia. Beautiful fragging roll coming out from the side of them. They're changing where they're going up to, going to Hookah Billiards Room now, and a little bit of a lineup change as well, as Stars goes to the dock and August onto the Alibi.
Yeah, we may potentially see one of those operators 6 pick off, Alibi and Operator, which you don't see come out too much. And there we go, we are going to see Alibi 6 picked off to an Echo, and I think that's definitely a good operator switch. You either would like to have an Echo or a Valkyrie on this site, so I do like that change for them. And we're going to see the exact same lineup coming out for August, and we'll most likely see that for the remainder of their attacking side here. And Imorin, normally the buck player for August, so having that operator banned, it's kind of just worked in his advantage. He's jumped onto Zofia, an operator which he's proven time and time again that he is able to play very well. And as we saw there, a 3K in the first round to start us off. It's definitely good to see. And we are going to head to Hookah now, a bomb site which usually see a plant coming in from the aquarium side, although taking over control of VIP is usually what we will see first here, opening up that wall to the hallway to be able to gain that line of sight in towards that little cocktail bar there. And it's same, probably a very similar push that we are going to see coming out from them, although the flaws from control in that last round were just the fact that they had no one in Sunrise. And you can even see on the drones there, they didn't have any impact holes open in the roof. It would have been alright to delay that plant or delay the push if they had had holes open up above. But with no one sitting on Sunrise and a very sort of one-level hold coming out from them, it was really good of August to see the mistakes in the defensive control and be able to capitalize on that very quick. And the whole round was pretty much over in half the time that was needed. So a really good first round from August here. But we head up to Hookah now.
Yeah, we're going to see some quick work. Emo Red already rushed in, making his way into Blue Bar with quick works. It's going to be another one. Stars peeking him. I think just going to keep peeking another one. Sitting in Sunrise Bar could Boats here meet up with side of Emo Ren in a second, and it's not a that you would be wanting to fight. He already is on 5 kills and just showing that Zofia, he doesn't need the buck. He'll just play Zofia and drag out nevertheless.
Yes, Imorin has been able to get the first kill 2 times in a row already, so proving that he can be that entry fragger role for them. And credit to his team as well, doing such fantastic drone work for him, and a really good prep phase for them in terms of droning to be able to get in there and allow him to get that information very early on, so the quick push can come out while control is still setting up. And already 3 kills going the way of August. Only a sliver of health taken off from Ethan has been the only damage that control have been able to do to this August lineup so far. And Smoke and Echo, definitely the 2 players that you do want left alive last, just unfortunately being in that last, the only 2 players left alive, sorry, for the side. So just over a minute left in the round. August going to be tagged up quite heavily there. A beautiful shotgun shot through the floor, and Ravenous just going to try and delay this push a little bit with his remote gas canisters. He does spot one, but it won't matter. Joey going to land a headshot onto Ravenous now. August with a sliver of health left, the only player left alive. We'll hear the 1 player rappelling up, and we'll be able to land a kill there. Still needs to find a head of 4 more. As he rotates around towards the hallway now, and we'll most likely see the diffuser going down behind that A-bomb as it is now. The smokes and asphyxiating bolts coming out for Control.
Yeah, there's a gunfight going down on the stairs, as will be concussed by the Zofia. Still going to be... Man will go down. Won't be able to use those yokais to prevent. Not much health left, and he will shoot at the body. Goes for the reload, but Emarin's going to take him out. That is going to be 2 rounds going to Auglis in quick matters right now.
Yeah, it's interesting to note as well that Emarin has got a 3k in the last 2 rounds and the first kill in both those rounds as well. So already on 6 kills for his team so far, and definitely doing great work on that frag and roll of the Zofia. And I think the way he's playing at the moment, we'll definitely see him sticking with that operator for the remainder of their attacking half, as they're doing such a fantastic job. And no surprise that we are going to see the same lineup here for them. But in terms of the roam work coming out from Control so far, it hasn't been too successful. They've been found out quite quickly, and I think we need to see a little bit more aggression coming out for Control here. They're sort of getting trapped in quite heavily by Auglis, and then from there they're just really getting taken out. They haven't really been able to even deal damage or tag up Auglis to a point where they're a one shot for the next trade that might come out from Control. We've just seen every time very clean gunfights being won by Auglis and managing to keep their health as well. So I need to see a little bit more aggression coming out for them, but we'll head back to Hookah once again here, and a site which didn't prove too successful for them last time, so hopefully they are able to hold this one a little bit better.
Yeah, I reckon the problem with Control right now, their roamers taking battles that they're trying to fight these ACOGs, taking these long lines of sights and just sort of losing these gunfights. They're not using their utility or roaming to their full abilities, and they're just sort of trying to hope that they can win these gunfights that are just turning out not really work, as Emarin has just been showing he's just taking heads off as he just sort of pushes in. So I reckon they just need to play a little bit more passive on these angles, not get so aggressive like they have been, and sort of let Auglis take a little bit more control. But Juicy's just going to go for a cheeky small peek, and no bullets are going to connect.
Definitely should have been able to land some damage or at least a kill there. He had the prime position to do so, and as a result of that, we are going to see Legion being tracked now. So Juicy will most likely be forced to fall back a little bit, although having his goo mines to be able to protect him a little bit, and Stars has already been tagged up quite low, as well as Boats taking a bit of damage. So again, we're seeing such aggressive play come out from Auglis, and very early on, and oh, there we go, down onto Boats. I'm not sure whether he was naded there. It sounded like a nade went off to potentially down him. Hopefully they can get him up. Stars finally going to be finished off there as Silixon does manage to find the remaining damage onto him. And already Ethan getting quite close into these gunfights here, and he has been tagged up a little, but this round definitely could have changed ways with Juicy on that spawn peak there. He had the jump on him, and finally they are going to be able to take out Boats. So again, man advantage in Auglis' favour with just over half the round remaining.
Yeah, we got the smoke sort of peeking some angles, all these floor openings, as well as Aquarium. Juicy has been tracked by the Jackal and is just going to whiff that goo mine throw as he's stuck on this hallway staircase. Could fall back to side if he does wish so, but they know he's just sitting there since the track is going off. Got Ravenous sort of peeking this Aquarium and the window in quick succession right now. Not going to quite, and we also have August peeking this drone hole, seeing if he can get any shots off. Juicy's still going to be peeking aggressive angles, seeing if he can catch anyone out. Silence peeking through that hole he has made up. August does get a kill onto Derpe, though. That will be the IQ going down with a minute left on the clock. Control are looking at their best sort of suit to take this one out, but as I say that, Ethan will get the kill onto August. We just have Juicy all the way back at the main stairwell. Ravenous not going to quite land that shot, but Ethan is in a gunfight with Juicy, sorry.
Ravenous both times there, peeking towards Aquarium, and each time just sadly missing the head of the Capital of Joey there. Just always unscoping as soon as he sees him, so a little bit of unfortunate timing there for him. We'll start to get a spray from that outside balcony as they do shoot towards those holes and try to catch him out, and these yokais definitely helping out Control a lot here. And 20 seconds left in the round. Ravenous with still one more gas canister may potentially be able to help him here to hold on to this round, but Emarin going to finally take him out now. A beautiful headshot once again for him, and Juicy, the last player left alive here. Won't matter. Emarin going to pick up another kill, and he is yet to die so far in these first 3 rounds, and a fantastic performance for him so far.
Yeah, he's been definitely thriving on that. Zofia just getting so many kills off. Look at that, 8-0 within 3 rounds. So he's playing amazingly right now, and Control is lacking to sort of get some kills going on right now. August on 2, but their boats on 1. That's the only kills that have gone down in the past 3 rounds.
Yes, they definitely need to start finding these kills, because the way the aim is going of August here, they are not looking like dropping and attacking rounds so far. They are going to head back to Blue Bar and Sunrise. I thought we might have potentially seen them try and go towards Penthouse or even Kitchen. Normally the sites that Kitchen definitely preferred by a lot of these teams, and especially in this current meta, Kitchen seems to be quite a strong site to go to. Whether they've decided against that now because they don't have the mirror available to them, I'm not 100% sure, but that was definitely their best defense round that we have seen from them so far. The kills didn't come out as quick as we have seen in previous rounds, and also we've seen just a lot slower approach from August. They're a little bit worried about the potential spawn peaks or the quick jump outs that we have seen from Control in that last round. So I do like the patience coming out from August, and it's good to see that they are able to slow down when need be.
Yeah, I reckon Control need to slow down the way they're playing. These quick sort of jump outs are not really working for them. The bullets are not landing. They're usually either getting killed or not achieving anything from it. So these rolls are just trying to get these frags out, but it's just not quite working. So something really needs to be changed up in this game, this map, or at least the next one.
Yes, and we're seeing, as always, the exact same lineup coming out for August here, and I don't see why they would need to change it all. It's been working very well for them, and perfect coordination with Joey there on the Capitao has been able to put out any smokes and asphyxiating bolts very late into the round, and he's been doing well to save them and not lose them. And it's been used when they've been able to get those picks, and they know that Ravenous does like to play behind that wall towards the hookah lounge there, so they've been able to cut him off as well as Juicy in that last round. Pretty much every time they've been pushing onto hookah, and you can see the same for Sunrise as well. We saw them smoke off the front of the Sunrise bar and just go straight in, but I'm sure Control definitely will be able to adapt this time and make sure that they do have a presence in there. And I believe that is the Jaeger of boats sitting behind that Sunrise bar this time. So definitely good adaptation there, and it will definitely slow down this push from August, as we are already seeing them approaching this bomb site a lot slower than we did in the first round.
Yeah, so we're going to have some lines of sight being opened up by Rin. Star's going for a run out right now, not going to quite connect, but he will go out, give away his position, knowing that he is in VIP as Juicy does fall back to Sunrise. Kitchen, we got Ethan in there looking to get aggressive and to catch anyone out if he can do so, with also Rin peeking some angles from Ruins with a minute 30 left now. Some shots are going out on the side, and Ravenous will get a beautiful shot onto Silex's head. That's their Habana going down, and I believe not using all the X2 pellets either.
Yes, really good shot through the wall there. Again, Rin heading a headshot. No surprise there for him. So we'll be able to find the head of August on the Valkyrie. So definitely a great pick there for them, but they're running out of time. Just over a minute left in the round. They've only been able to find themselves 1 kill. It's looking like they're definitely wanting to commit to this Sunrise bar, and Ethan going to help assist them with that one as they does manage to find Ravenous, so they will lose their mute player. And it's interesting to see that we have seen Ravenous swap off that smoke and go onto the mute role, and Juicy deciding to pick that one up. A little bit of a crash pick though coming out for Juicy, and he will be punished for it as Joey finds the head of him. And here we go, the smokes and asphyxiating bolts going to be coming out now, and Joey will be able to get this diffuser down quite successfully.
Yeah, nice little save plant will be going down, but they do get scared behind by Boats. Gets a off onto Joey. Derpe will take out Stars as well, but it's all down to Boats left, and Ethan, since he was outside, just got his position up real quick, and Ethan takes Boats out. That's August taking another round out. Not looking like they're willing to lose a round at this point.
Yes, it did look a little bit more shaky for them there. It was a good run out and spray through that window of the Jaeger. But sadly, Boats just, although stopping the diffuser, the window wasn't prepped for him to get back in, meaning that although he stopped the diffuser, he didn't have any teammates to back him up there, and he was stuck outside being detected the whole time. So a little bit unfortunate there for them. They're slowly looking stronger and stronger as the rounds go by for Control, and it is good to see. But I thought they were going to be able to get that diffuser down quite easy. I didn't see the run out from that hook window coming out for Boats there. So I did like to see that one for him, and he was able to stop the diffuser. It's a shame they didn't have a few more teammates alive to support him there in that play, because if he can stop that diffuser going down and lose his life for it, I think it's definitely a worthwhile trade. Just sadly being the only member left alive there. But again, a really good methodical push coming out for August. They were able to realize that Sunrise was a little bit more difficult to push, and we're not really seeing any upstairs presence for them. They believe only had one player for Control sitting upstairs there, and we're not seeing August really getting baited into wasting a lot of time upstairs. They know once they take the site, that player is going to have to come down, and we did see there they did force Boats to have to come down there, and he chose the quickest route, just sadly not quite the best one for him.
Yeah, so we're going to see the very first lineup change on the side of Joey going to a Thatcher. Since I do believe that's just reading into how many devices the side of Control are using. So one of those EMP grenades is just going to be able to take out so much. And Hookah, going back to it, a site that they haven't been successful on, and they haven't really been close to taking this this one out either. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can see a change up of coming out, or if August are just going to completely run over Control once again.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb.
Yeah, they're also not bringing a smoke on Control, which is an operator which we have seen come out in the past 4 rounds, and I don't know whether this could work against them here. We have seen Ravenous being able to delay that push a little bit coming from Aquarium. Of course, they have been able to get in there every time and have managed to get a plant down once, and we're very close to getting down the second time, but it wasn't ended up needed there on that second push. But you think it's an operator that you would want to keep around just to help assist August on that Echo there. If he isn't able to stop that diffuser, you at least want to be able to force them off it and allow the charges to come back, or the repositioning of the Yokai to be able to stop there. And we are seeing the concussion come out for Emo Rin, as Juicy is going to try and challenge him there, but the way Emo Rin's been aiming so far, it's a contest you don't really want to take. Stars going to be able to find the first kill for Control though. We are seeing them manage to get the first pick for the last 2 rounds, and has definitely helped him here, having that men advantage. Sadly, they do only take out the IQ, which Joey's going to miss a little bit. It will help him get a lot of things, and Stars getting quite aggressive here, trying to look to see if he can catch anything on that run out towards the kitchen entrance. Oh, what a shot coming out from Boats. What a one-time.
Beautiful shot coming out of the side of Boats. This is a round looking like Control could take out as they're taking some of these aim fights and winning it, but Emo take out Boats, and they need to pick another one to get this man advantage. Ethan spraying through walls, seeing if he can catch anyone out, but they only have control of that sort of Terrace balcony right now as they rappel up, maybe going into Aquarium, but they do have the man disadvantage, not going to be able to have that Thatcher or IQ, still having the hard breaches able. Juicy, very low, sitting in luggage though.
Just over a minute left now, and still a lot of time here for August to make their push towards the site. They do spot the Echo of August behind there, and they're going to see if they can catch him out, or at least force him out of that position. Sadly, Ethan not quite finding the Echo of August there. Either way, he is shotgun. He has just managed to miss in there. So a really strong spot for August there. It's making it quite difficult for Ethan to be able to catch anything there, and he's going to waste some time on the clock now, and that's definitely going to work in Control's favour. But we're seeing Imarin now pushing up towards these Cool Vibe stairs, trying to see if he can force anyone, and Imarin going to be able to find ahead of Ravenous, losing his life once again, and now it's brought back to a 3-on-3 and a good aggressive play coming out. Both Juicy and Bandit here, they're playing in towards the hallway, although being concussed quite heavily. C4 going to come over the top, won't be able to find any damage, and Ethan going to push quite aggressively, will find one, finds the Bandit as well, and August on full HP, the only player left alive now for Control, and Ethan picking up the 3k for the round, will be able to take him out. And a round which looks like going in Control's favour was very quickly turned back around by the hands of Ethan there, and August taking out their 5th round in a row.
Yeah, they got those early on picks and then still played those sort of aggressive angles, paid for it. They couldn't get back to site. They let pretty much August have the whole site, and Control really couldn't get back to it and do anything with it. Wonder if we're going to see that same sort of lineup come out again. I reckon them not running the smoke is better off than when they were, because that smoke he was sort of not really using the smoke canisters too much, usually mainly just using the gun to get those long lines of sight, trying to take gunfights. So I reckon with the change up, it worked for him, and see if they go with it again, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, we're actually going to see a last-minute site switch up here. They're choosing to go to kitchen and service entrance now, something that I think is definitely what they need to bring out here in their last defensive round. They haven't been successful on either of their sunrise holds or on their 3 hookah attempts. So definitely a good change up for them, and we're going to see Stars once again coming out on that dock. They are keeping the Echo this time, who did well to stay alive in the last round, just sadly not able to stop them. And I think we definitely need to see both Juicy and I believe it was Stars on the Valkyrie too. They were playing it quite far off the site, and with not a lot of time left in the round, they needed to try and wrap around, get back in towards that pool table. The push solely came from that one end, which was the Hookah and Cool Vibes end. And if they had been playing on the site towards a cream, it might have been a lot easier. Or even if the Valkyrie had to drop downstairs and potentially being able to save that C4 instead of throwing it over through that vase hole. Instead, just dropping downstairs and trying to stop the diffuser from going down. It could have been a round that definitely could have gone in Control's favor, and it's definitely something we needed to see there, because leaving the Echo of August on the side all by himself while the other two just proned in the hallway, not the best strategy, especially when you've got the aggression of Ethan coming out there and such impeccable aim too.
Yeah, we're going to see Emo Rin making his way up on to that balcony near VIP. That's going to be Megan and Emo Rin already getting some foot scans going up and going to be able to spot out. Boats is just going to be peaking aggressive as he is scanned by the Jackal, sort of stuck in this position right now. Going to be sprayed up from all different angles, stuck in VIP Lounge, could be pushed in, no rotation holes for him to get out. August on the Yokai, seeing if anyone's going to go for a cheeky little pants straight through there, but doesn't look like no one will go through it. Ravenous is just going to try and help out Boats with opening up some lines of sights to see if get some shots off if they jump through, with Stars also opening up sights to the window, seeing if they can try and get Boats out of this angle.
Yeah, really good adaptation there for Ravenous. He realised the pressure that Boats was put on, also being trapped back in this bookshelf area here. So it is good to see that he was able to open up those holes below the VIP window and able to help him. And even though he's not really able to find a kill, he's wasting a lot of time here. And it's definitely helping out Control here. They've been able to slow down August quite a bit compared to the first couple of rounds we've seen. But we are seeing Ethan getting quite close up in front to the site here. And they have left this whole wall completely soft, and they didn't actually open it. I thought we might have seen Ravenous open up a complete horizontal strip in that wall there, which is what you see quite a bit. But Ethan just going to see if his drones are going to able to help him get a wallbang potentially. Emery going to find the first kill of the round once again, and Joey Massa going to pick up one as well. So Doc and Jaeger being taken out for Control, and with just a minute left on the clock here, it's looking good for August once again in their last attacking round.
Yes, and we got Juicy getting a kill onto Joey. That's Rob his crossbow, but Juicy's just going to be playing aggressive in that main area. August going to be using some long lines of sight from above and gets a beautiful... There's the Jackal going down as well. This is a round that Control could take out right now, as it's getting down to the 30-second mark, and then Plant has not started to be moved on upon. So it's going to be August droned out. Can they get anywhere opening up with the breaching charges? Anything they can do to try and get some shots off. Emo Rin could get a kill off, and he will. Down goes August on Echo right now, and they have 15 seconds to try and get this Plant Silex in a good position to go do it.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, this Plant being made a lot harder due to the fact that they lost their Capital of Joey quite early on. The Plant going to go down to the default spot behind that half wall, and Juicy will be able to find the shot through the wall. Ravenous not able to spray there. Will pull out the shotgun and Control. Winning on time there. A beautiful hold for them in their last round of defense. Able to take out their first one. A beautiful stop on that diffuser going down, because if Silex was able to get that diffuser down, it was going to be quite difficult for him to... quite difficult for the side of Control, to be able to retake that one with the IQ being outside. But a great hold for Control. Really good delaying of the time there for them, and a great flank in the end coming out from the Legion of Juicy. So a good defense round for Control, and they're finally able to pick up their first round here after losing their first 5. And it turns out Kitchen and Service entered towards the site to be able to do it.
Yes, and yeah, that's a side they haven't gone to yet, but going into August on defense now. They're going to Penthouse for their first hold, and look, got some ACOGs coming out with Doc, Rook, and Echo all be able to have ACOGs, and we're going to see a 6-pick off Jaeger, maybe, onto the Vigil on Ethan. So we're going to have Ethan roaming around this map.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused
As
by
we head
attackers.
into the first attacking round now, first attacking round for Control. August going to try their hand at defense, and you see a vigil being brought out from Ethan. It's definitely a good operator here, and Jackal going to make light work of him, but all Ethan needs to do really here is delay as much time as possible. And Imran going to be on the Legion, the T5 SMG, such a strong weapon here. Decent fire rate, good damage, and you can get quite a few kills before having to reload, and he's definitely going to be able to assist Ethan here in the roaming. Just make sure that if he does get pinched, he's going to be able to assist him, get those impacts out, 4 impacts between the two of them, as well as impacts on Joey. So a lot of rotation holes needing to be opened up here, and they are going to be holding that upstairs site first, and I believe it was a site that we didn't see come out of Control.
Yeah, we're going to have Juicy making his way up to that aquarium balcony, seeing if they can find anyone out. Ash, boats here, going to be going in. There's some shots going off. Ravenous, make sure they're not going to be peaked on the Zofia from luggage. It does look like they're going for a strong sort of get control of all this VIP. Ethan does get a kill onto Stars already. That's their Thatcher going down. So, still, Thatcher's not really too useful compared to the lineup on how August are playing right now. They don't have any wires that could stop a thermite being placed on a wall, so not the biggest frag to take out right now, but definitely going to impact Troll as they try and continue this push. As Emo Rid does get another kill onto Juicy as well, and that goes down the Jackal.
And if I am correct, I believe Emerin has only died once and it has 13 kills on the board in just 6 rounds. He's doing outstanding for August so far. And the shots spraying through the wall are actually tagging Ravenous up just a little bit, but enough to scare him off and slow down the push coming out for them. Once again, no surprise here. We are seeing that man advantage for August here as they are very steadily holding this one, and a really good pixel peak with that deployable shield here. Going to help Silex and get a massive advantage as he peeks above and to the side of this shield to try and catch out that player pushing down there. And I believe that Ash breaching charge actually missing that deployable shield, so they're not going to be able to take that one out, and it's going to make it a lot easier for Silex. And there, of course, Boats had to peek very quickly to try and take that one out, and his shield still standing and a lot of utility being wasted just to try and get rid of him here. But a great flank from Ethan, sadly not good enough, as Boats will take him out, and Joey will be able to take out Ravenous, and but it also has been downed on the Ash too, so technically just August left alive here. He should be able to get up Boats though, as long as no one comes up those cool vibe stairs. He will be able to get away with it with just 40 seconds left in the round now, and quite a tall order left for these two players here as they had to push into 3 ACOGs on the side of August.
Yeah, it's all down to Boats left, just under 25 HP as August is good. Being put down. Emorin on the flank as well. Going to be spotted out. Joey gets the kill onto August. Now down to Boats with 20 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be August taking their 6th round out. Boats opening a line of... I believe that was Emorin opening a line of sight behind. They're just sort of pinning him in this position. There's nothing Boats can do at this point. Unless they all just want to line up for it. But that's not going to happen. Derpay just takes Boats out. That's going to be one with match point, I do believe.
Yes, and quite a few match points at that 6-1 advantage now for August, and a really good defensive round there from August. They were getting aggressive when they needed to be, and you can see there, as you mentioned, Lockie, when all of the players towards the end were slow to being taken out, and there was just that one Ash left on Boats, they did a really good job of just rotating around, using that luggage rotate, and just being able to really trap him there in that hallway. They were also having a player pushing around to a cool vibe, so in the end, it was going to make it quite difficult for him to be able to get out of that situation. And although getting the res off, I believe Thermite of August or Juicy was playing Thermite there and was able to get him up, it sadly wasn't enough there to allow them to win the round. And it's very difficult to deal with the 3 ACOGs. They had both Rook, Doc, and Echo, all with ACOGs being able to contest them from this long range. And so many long lines of sight once you open up a few of these walls here, which we did see Control doing, but it almost worked against them when they were opening up all these lines of sight, as we just saw the sprays coming down, as they did have that range advantage on the defense as well. So we're going to see Ethan bringing out the Kavera, an operator which we have seen him play a few times, and he definitely can can potentially do some work here. Decided to switch out the Vigil for that one because they know that Juicy has been playing on that Jackal. So I do like this adaptation here, and interrogation is not something that you do see almost ever in these high-level pro matches, but if he is able to get off one, that will almost definitely secure this last round for August. But at the moment, Control did well to get themselves one round as their last round on their defense, but struggling so far on attack here.
It would just be incredible to see an interrogation go down. They're always great to see as the attackers sort of frantically run around and hide.
Yes, it makes it quite difficult, especially when you're being wall hacked for a couple of seconds there. But if you've got teams who are good enough pushing in pairs, interrogations very rarely happen for that reason, that a trade normally comes out. But Kavera pistol at the moment very strong. It is potentially getting a nerf on the TTS. It has had quite a significant damage nerf, but with the way the pistol is at the moment, pretty much one-shot anyone and down them, and it's almost quite an easy finish with the impact grenades, which you normally do see Kavera saving there. And he's also going to be running the SMG too, and August has been able to sneak into the side. It won't matter, Silixon going to land the headshot, but a very sneaky play coming out for August there, nearly worked in their advantage, and these Candelas not completely blinding Silixon here, so he will be safe at the moment. Now getting quite aggressive on this Sunrise door, and we are seeing quite a strong contest though come out here as Boat's also going to push around. Joey going to be able to find a kill onto Stars as well. So again, a 5v2 for August now, and this round looking like going in their favor, and this first map as well, as Joey finds another kill. Only one player left now, and that's Juicy, as he is getting sprayed through that wall. He's watching out for this run out, which could potentially come out of Goombine outside. Going to track him, it won't matter. Imarin going to vault out the window, taking out Juicy. And August take out the first map on Coastline, 7-1.
That was a beautiful, beautiful game by the side of August. Amazing coming out by the side. Imarin definitely being the MVP for August, getting so many kills on the Zofia, then changing it up to Legion, and also still fragging out, going 15-0.
I thought he died in one of the rounds, but he must have been alive in that kitchen push there, because they weren't able to get the fuse down. I knew they had a few players alive, but 15-0, not dying at all. Control, zero answer to Imarin there. Such strong both Zofia and Legion plays there. So sensational work for them, and August in general. Of course, you can put a lot of credit to the win on Imarin there, but 100% a team effort there. Really good droning work coming out for August there to be able to get him a lot of these kills, and just being able to push into the site very quick. We saw an attack every single time, how quickly he was able to push in there and just get those kills. And I believe he had the first pick in about, I believe it's 3 attacking rounds out of the 6 attacking rounds that they had. So a lot of the times being the first man in there and doing a really good job for his team. So Control definitely going to need to do a lot better drone work on him and be able to take him out, because at the moment he's just unstoppable.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what Control tried to get done in that final round. It just looked like they went for a quick rush plant, and smokes just kept coming out on top where they were going for the plant. Nothing really coming from it, and they just kept going down. It looked a bit unplanned. The Candelas went out too late compared to when the Capital was on site. So if the Candelas and everything was a little bit timed a little bit more appropriately, it would be, I reckon that rush play could have had a little bit more potential, but it was such a great round going out, and not too many kills going out at the side of Control since they only did one round. And we got Imarin on 15-0 with Joey on also coming second, getting 7 for 3. So beautiful plays coming out for both the whole team of August, and it's going to be interesting to see how we go over to Control's map pick of Border and what they can bring to the table now.
Yes, well, hopefully the pick of Border will help them a little bit, and you said it is their map pick, but August going to be starting on defense here, going to make it a little bit harder for Control. And the problem with having Border as your map pick is it's not a map like Villa or Coastline, or one of those maps which doesn't get rehearsed as much by teams, whereas Border is a map that's almost the fundamental map that every team rehearses on, because they know it comes up at least once every tournament that they play in, or at least in Pro League a couple of times they will play it, because it's just such a popular map that we do see. So it is going to be quite tough for Control still. And the only answer we really saw come out for them was when they were able to change up bomb sites on their last defensive round, and were able to they weren't even able to get the kills. They only managed to get themselves 3 kills, but they were just able to delay long enough that they weren't able to get the diffuser down. And I don't know whether you can put that out to a good delay and a good hold from Control, or just a little bit of a slow play coming out from August when they weren't able to get control of the site as much as they wanted. So either way, a fantastic showing from August in that last map, taking it out 7-1 in a dominant fashion. As we said, EMA in 15-0, but we do head to Border now, and Border, a map which every team is almost very well rehearsed on, and it's been in the map pool for probably one of the longest maps that it has been in the map pool. And I think we should hopefully see a bit closer of a match here, Lockie.
Yeah, it's especially Border. If you're a pro team, you got to know this map. It's one of those maps that is always going to come up. So every team should be able to compete on it at a decent level if they want to get into these higher levels, because it's not one of those maps that people usually just go in. But yeah, it's just Border's such a great map that everyone plays on, and so everyone knows how to really run it well. So it's going to be interesting to see if we see new strats coming out or just sort of the meta plays.
Yeah, so we're going to need to see both Ravenous and Stars step up in this game as well. Both of them only had 1 kill each. Stars went 1-8, and we saw Ravenous go 1-7. And Ravenous was a player who was left on site a lot towards the end there, and especially playing the smoke, you normally are one of the last players alive there, and you need to be able to find at least a couple of kills to make those clutch plays, or at least help your team out towards the end there. But every time we just saw him playing probably too far away, and it meant that he wasn't able to get his shotgun out into a range. And the SMG-11 from that range, especially since we did see the SMG nerf a few patches ago, it makes it quite difficult to control, and he just wasn't able to find the heads of any of those August members at all, besides that 1 kill that he was able to get. But hopefully we will be able to see them take out this one. We are going to head now to Border as we head into the ban phase here. Control going to start on attack this time. August on defense, meaning they do get the first attacking ban here. And I think we might see a Glaz be taken out again by them.
Yeah, the Glaz won't be a surprise if it gets taken out, but I reckon we could see maybe a little bit of a change up. We could see also the Ying is a very viable op to ban on this map, but Thatcher has actually been starting to ban a lot on this map, just so you can't get that armory wall. There's so many spots that you could play a bandit that it's still going to be taken out by if you play a Buck or a Zofia, but it's going to be a lot harder if that Thatcher's not in play, sort of just walk up there and take him out.
And we also see as well, taking out the Thatcher, it does a lot more than what you're thinking. Also to point out there that we have seen the Glaz being taken out by Control there, but Thatcher being taken out means 2 things. 1, it means that Mute becomes a lot stronger, because it means 1, you can stop Twitch drones, and 2, you can stop the wall from being open. And 2, it means that teams are now going to have to bring a Maverick or a Twitch to be able to counter not having a Thatcher and get rid of those shock wires or get rid of the Mute jammers. So banning Thatcher definitely means that operator picks are going to be changed up quite a lot for the attacking team, and it's just going to make Mute for the defenders a lot stronger. But we are going to see Control once again taking out Echo there, and August going to decide to take out Valkyrie. So 2 out of the 4 Intel operators, or 2 out of the 5, I should say, Intel operators being taken out. So I guess we'll see a bit here.
Yeah, since he's going to be the only Intel operator. Maestro still, would you say, stronger than Valkyrie on this map? Considering all you need to do to prevent a Valk is to just really run an IQ, which we already saw August running pretty much every round. But they're on defense first, and we're going to see a big change up coming out. That Mirror is going to be run, and that's going to be forced to be reckoned with. Mirror is such an annoying operator to face on this map. Usually you just see it banned out straight away, but Mirror coming more into action nowadays, and Clash being played on Derpe as well.
May potentially see that Clash 6 pick off. So it's not an operator that we are seeing many teams pull out, although we have seen Derpe play Clash before, and as I say that, he will switch off. We do have Silexon, who's normally the sort of maestro player on the team. Derpe can give it a fair crack as well there, and I'm glad that they are switching out that Clash for a maestro, because it's definitely going to help a lot. But you did mention before, is taking out the Valkyrie better than taking out a maestro? And I don't know. There's a lot of good Valkyrie spots on this map. The problem being is that the map has been out for so long that teams tend to know a lot of them and tend to find the Valkyrie cams very easily. So as you said, a lot harder to get rid of or disable one of those evil eyes, and it means that it's going to be a little bit tougher to push into the site, and we'll be able to give the team a lot of information. So I think it is definitely a good ban, although I would have potentially liked to see that Maestro ban coming out, but that's just August there, making sure that they are able to help themselves in their first 6 rounds of defense. So I do like that they have taken the Valkyrie out there. They know that they can play with the out one, and then it means that when they do decide to switch over to the attack after the 6 rounds, that they're not going to have to play into one either, which will work very well for the aggressive play style that we have seen so far.
Yeah, we're going to have a fountain set up on the mirror. So mirror is going to be looking into office on the rear left wall. A setup you used to see a lot, but sort of started to fade out. But they're bringing it back as Stars on the buck is going to be making his way to detention, but he's already been contested. As Ethan's going to be contested. Stars going to take Ethan right out. It looks like he's shaking in joy right now.
Yes, I think he was pretty excited with that kill, and he nearly got taken out. He didn't take any damage, but if he had just been sitting a little bit further out from that wall, it would have been quite dangerous for him. But a good first pick for Control here, and it's definitely the momentum swing that they needed here after losing this last map. So very good to see, and it doesn't look like they've actually reinforced that wall at 90 as well. Oh, they have, sorry, but still a line of sight going to be able to open up by Juicy there on the Ash, and already a lot of map control being gained by Control. Looks like they've got control of the whole first floor, so a very anchor heavy setup by August here upstairs, and I think it's definitely going to work in their advantage here.
Yeah, you can sort of play those anchor heavy sort of styles here, as Juicy is just going to be bobbing and weaving with the Maestro. Some shots are going to go off onto Juicy, but not going to quite land any damage, as another shot goes off onto Derpay as well. Dance with each other is taking shots either way, as we're going to see Summer Control moving around that east barricade, trying to see if they can get into office and get that Maestro out of there. But it does look like they're just going to take control of east and now open up into office from that east balcony.
I'm surprised we are seeing DFA being as aggressive as what he is, especially with how strong in the late round Maestro can be to stop that diffuser from going down, especially being a 7-second plant time in pro settings. It means that a full Maestro clip can take out the person putting the diffuser down, and especially if they've lost a bit of their health, then it does make it quite a lot more difficult. We are going to see Starzo going to try go for a grenade in here. Won't be able to find anyone so far. The player moved across, and he has missed that one, and it's nearly dropped down and taken himself out, but he will escape with his life there. And we're going to see Ravenous picking up the second kill of the round now on the Jackal. He will be able to find Dirtbase, so they do lose their Maestro on August, and one of these walls has been left soft here in the wall, so they should have a little bit of an easy access into this B bomb site now.
Yeah, we got Joey in Archives as well as Ash of Juicy in that main hallway, seeing if they can peek up. Stars going underneath, seeing if he can open up some floors and lines of sight, but the Ash is going to get a beautiful line of sight on, but will be refragged out by Silex. It's now at a 4v2 with 20 seconds left on the clock. All down to Emo Rin and Silex gets a beautiful shot onto August, but Stars refragging Silex out. All down to Emo Rin right now. Throws a C4 out, not going to quite connect. Bomb plant is going down. He's going to run in and see if he can get the kill, but he does. But Ravenous will refrag Emo Rin straight out.
I tell you what, it's a shame that Emo Rin there went for the knife instead of the shot there, because if he had a shot, he probably would have been able to flick onto the Jackal as well and potentially clutched around that. The Buck was below, getting ready for that post-plant situation, and if he had taken out those two players, it would have made it a very difficult task for Stars there, having to rotate all the way upstairs, then get the kill or try and get the diffuser down. So potentially a little bit of a misplay for Emo Rin in the end there, but we do see the first round being taken out by Control. A really good push, and definitely showing that this is a strong map pick for them. It was a very coordinated push. They did well to get control of the bottom floor quite quickly into the round, and finding that opening frag as well onto Ethan did help them out quite a bit.
Yeah, so we're going to see what they go for here. Now, going back to that Armory Lockers once again, Juicy did so well on the Ash, decides to change it up and go to the Maverick, with now seeing that they there's going to be some walls that they could be jammed out, so Maverick going to be able to sort of take out those mute jammers that have been...
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yes, we're going to see them head to Armory Lockers once again too, and I think that's a good play. They did come close to clutching out, and they'll definitely learn from their mistakes here. I'm sure we'll see most likely both of those walls towards the lockers there being reinforced this time, and I think it's, yes, there we go. Both walls being reinforced, so they did learn that that soft wall worked against them this time, and they might even see Ethan just playing a little bit more passively, maybe playing towards Workshop and trying to waste a lot of time down there, and it's what they need to do because they got bottom stairs control very early on, and it meant the Stars was able to force everyone quite far off the site because of how much control he had downstairs with his buck, and Ethan hoping to not see him be as aggressive, and also Derpy just, we need to see him stay alive a little bit longer. Losing the Maestro as the second pick, you know, it would have made it a lot easier if he's able to use that Evil Eye that you normally see going up over the top of those archives there. If he's able to put that one down, then it means that you know, you are able to stop that diffuser from going down either side of that little bookshelf there. So we're going to just open up some lines of sight through the floor here, and it is good because we did see how strong they were pushing downstairs last time, so hopefully they are able to catch a kill through the floor and just slow down the attack from Control. It was quite a speedy attack last time, and it worked in their favour quite well. And we are going to see Ethan being tracked here, so they will have an idea of where the Jackal is too, which is going to help them out a little bit. And I do like this swap onto the Maverick too for Juicy. It's going to give them a sneaky line of sight here, which they may not realise is open on August.
Yeah, and we're seeing August sort of adapt how they're playing. They have changed them fountain, so going to be able to not be pushed on as easily. But that Jackal's still just going to be pinging up where the Jaeger is. Stars underneath on the buck has opened up a little bit of the floor. Might go to do some more as he throws a nade up, but not going to quite land.
Yeah, I think he wanted to cook it and then try and throw it through the floor,
Yeah.
but saw the shots coming through the roof and thought he better pull away from it. Probably should have gone for a quick switch to his pistol and back to his gun so he could have saved that frag grenade. And I think he might have actually, I don't know whether he saved it or not. I think he did end up throwing it there. So bit of wasted utility for them, and good counter to that buck being below from August there. It's good to see them trying to fight back, and as you said, they've decided to fall back from office here, and we also will see a reset coming out onto Boats here as he has been tagged. It's a very little HP, and Ravenous will go down to get him there, and with just over a minute left in the round, we're seeing a lot slower push now coming out for Control. So the adaptation here has helped him, but a great shot from Juicy there. Going to be able to take out the Maestro. So Derpy being taken out quite early on once again, and 9 players still left alive in this one. And once this push comes in, we're going to see quite a big rush. Although this Muchemma going to stop them from getting this wall open. So another great adaptation from August. It's really good to see. And kills being traded 1 apiece for each of these teams now. So it's brought back to a 4-3 in August's favour. Or Control, sorry.
Ethan's going to be peeking this buck right here. Does get the shots off, and Star will go down as he peeks. Ethan not going to, shot's going to be quite lining up. Ethan taking out Star. There's that buck going down into 3v3 now. The wall 2 archives has been opened up. Boats is very low once again. Ethan gets a shot off onto Juicy. And August taking Silex out 2v2 with 11 seconds left on the clock. They have to go for a plant, but Ethan is in a point where he could do something right now. Imorin does take out August. It's all down to Boats with 4 seconds left on the clock right now. And there's nothing he's able to do as Imorin takes him out. And this is 1 apiece. 2. Both sides tying up.
Imorin definitely saving Ethan there, as we did see that he was lying down prone on the floor, and August recognized that and was able to flank around and go down that walkway, but it did in turn mean that Imorin had a perfect line of sight down him with a little hole in the wall that he was able to find a kill. So saving Ethan, and a really good crossfire set up for them towards the end. Again, we saw the first 2 kills going in favor of Control. Just sadly not able to finish it off, and maybe need to see them rotate around and trying to push towards that Armory side. They won't get an opportunity this time, as August do manage to win Armory on their second hold here, but we are going to head to Customs and Supply Room. Now, not usually the second site you see teams going to here, Jack.
Yeah, custom supplies a little bit odd, and Alibi being switched out for a Jaeger is also odd. So trying to throw some spanner in the works right now, I do believe, as just try and confuse the side of Control on just changing the meta up a little bit. And we could see something really exciting coming out on the side of August if they have something really big planned on how they want to defend this Customs that we might not have seen yet.
Yes, and the Alibi, definitely a good pick on this site, just for the fact that there is a lot of half-height benches that you are able to place those prisoners behind, and it does mean that it's going to be quite handy to be able to distract the team at least, or even sometimes you do see them put in front of windows so that when they do jump through the window, they have to go through that prisma. It's another strategy that we have seen. It is interesting to see that Emerin is going to reinforce that hatch, and it means that it's just going to be one less line of sight that they are going to have into the side, although I'm sure they will have that other hatch opened behind that little desk there, and it will mean that they are going to be a little bit more secure when they are holding downstairs once they are inevitably forced out of that CCTV room. But it would have been nice to maybe potentially have an extra line of sight open up there for them.
Yes, and gonna have some. Looks like they might set a mirror up into that entrance, Joey, as he does, and that's going to be able to work with him as Stars opens up a hole for the drones to make their way into office on the Buck here, and also Ravenous on the Maverick, seeing if they can spot anyone out, making sure they don't get pushed on from east, though, as Stars they're making quick work of pushing onto the site right now, and taking control of office really quickly and trying to push out these players that are sitting in Armory. As the C4 goes out by Derpe.
Stars just sitting in the same spot for a little bit too long there, trying to hold an angle, and it was a good bait from the player who is sitting upstairs, who was the alibi, just managing to waste a lot of time there and at least just peeking a little bit to make the Buck of Stars just want to sit there for a little bit. So good teamwork coming out from August there, and Derpe was in the end able to land that C4 kill. So a really good kill coming out for them, and a great way to start the round. It's what they needed here. Is they have struggled to get the first kill in the round thus far on this map. So to go over to the halfway point in this round, and Control started off with quite a speedy push, but they have been slowed down quite a bit after that C4 kill.
Yeah, that C4 kill is going to chuck a spanner in the works as their one of their soft breaches at least has gone down. They do have control of Armory right now, but going to be going through the Bleepers and the Twitch. Oh, sorry, no, they're just going to open up the mirror, and Emorin does get a kill on Boats as well. And that's their Zofia, so they only have the Maverick that will be running the... Oh, he's not even running the sec, but there's a C4 going out, taking out... It's now at a 2v5. These C4s are just coming out left and right on the side of August.
Beautiful read by Emo in there to realize that the Jackal would try and rotate around the hatch to get the kill, so he put the C4 on the same side he knew the Jackal would be standing on. Baited him perfectly into that one. 2 C4 kills out of the 3 kills so far in this round for August, and with 30 seconds left, 5 defenders left alive for August. It's going to be quite difficult for them to be able to take out this round as they do decide to rotate around and try their luck at going through this supply room.
Yeah, Ethan does get the kill on August as the plant was trying to go down. He's now in a 5 situation. Does get the kill onto Ethan, but he's down to 12 seconds left. Jumps in through it. Joey will take the head and right off. And that will be the second round going to August. Beautiful round coming out on the side of August. That was definitely some interesting plays coming out. Those C4 kills are just working for him. And they did so many beautiful kills going off that they didn't even really need to engage.
Emerin once again on top of the leaderboard there, 5 kills for himself, only 1 death. So he has finally died in this match. It's taken quite a few rounds, but he does get there. And just again, a testament to the defense of August there. We saw in that little kill feed, we saw one player running around to go out that main door to kill Juicy on the Maverick. We also saw the Mute spraying through the wall. And then, of course, we had the mirror peeking there too. So really good plays coming out for August, and they're really trying to capitalize on this man advantage that they have and try and surround Control as they do get it. So it's definitely working in their favor. They do take their second round in a row here now, and we are going to see a Ying being brought out for the first time. We haven't seen one being played. We've seen one once, I believe, in the Sunrise and Blue Bar push by August. We saw it come out once, but apart from that, we haven't seen one. And even then, they're going to change off it and bring out the Maverick. So I think that's a good 6 pick. Ying being such a strong operator, but now they're going to be expecting Ying, so they're going to be worried about these Candelas and getting ready to flee. They will be less likely to be looking for these tiny impact holes. And 6 pick on the attacking side, definitely a lot stronger. The attackers obviously having the advantage of droning out the defenders and finding out if they did switch any of their operators. But when you're on attack, you do have that element of surprise, and unless the camera is able to spot that Maverick, it will be a shock to them when they do see these little holes being opened up and the potential for Juicy to get a kill here. But so far, Lockie hasn't really been able to make use of these Maverick holes. We haven't seen him get any kills through them so far, and hopefully on this, he's able to open up a few holes towards this archives area upstairs and potentially take out someone through one of these holes.
There was one beautiful play he did this game. So he, when he pushed through and took out the Maestro sitting in Fountain, is the play he did get on the Maverick, and did get a beautiful shot through the Maverick hole. But other than that, we really haven't seen anything else exciting coming out from the Maverick here.
Yes, you are correct, exactly. And that's such a big pick for them too. And sadly, it didn't net them the round, but at least it's a good first pick to get out of the way. So if he can just use that blowtorch to his advantage a little bit more, and even in previous games that we were able to see in previous nights, we have seen the Maverick sort of not push with the team, go to the other side of the map. And, you know, if you got all your team pushing Fountain and officers, send the Maverick over to that armory wall and just open up little lines of sight. And you'll see once the team starts pushing from office, you'll see August start to get a little bit distracted from that. And it means that the Maverick's going to have their operators with all their backs turned to it. Might be able to land a few free kills, and we'll see boats spray through the wall, nearly able to land some shots there, sadly, though not able to find damage onto anyone there. And again, very slow, methodical push coming out from Control, and it's good to see. The ADS, though, going to be able to burn that there, and 2 ADSs being burnt now, and we'll be able to find that drone on Ethan. And they're just trying to see if they can bait him out here to potentially beaking this, as both smokes were taken out. So a really big ADS play there from Ethan.
And we're going to see that wall being opened up via the thermite, but it will be jammed, so they have to try and get in there and push Ethan out that to get rid of that jammer. As otherwise the Maverick is going through, but Silence gets a beautiful kill off the Maverick. The hole has been opened. They can take out the jammer, but Maverick is no longer around to sort of do this, and there will be a beautiful shot coming out for the Jackal there, but refragged by Dirtbay as Dirtbay pushes in as well and takes out all down. Boats moves in through archives, trying to get this kill. Will shoot up the Prisma, giving away his position now. Caught in a crossfire Emo and taking boats out, and Stars has gone down. Joey finishing off Stars, and that was a beautiful round coming out from August.
A really clean round coming out for them too. Managing to keep, I believe, every player alive in that round, and just a beautiful stall from Ethan there. Just all they needed was one mute jammer, and you can see this is why they did ban the Thatcher, because they've seen how strong mute has been to them, and with just one ADS there, it stopped the smokes going off, and even the flashes weren't really doing much to him there as well. And it meant that they had to get up and close and personal with that wall with the Maverick to be able to take out that mute jammer. And by then, Ethan alone had wasted 1 minute and 40 seconds in that round. So really strong round from August there, and a really good hold. And they didn't even really have any contests on the side. All the kills just going for their favour, all upstairs. So great hold from them, and a really good anchor style of play. And even Silexon getting a really nice C4 there too. So we are going to head back to Armory once again as we do start our next rotation on the maps here, as we have only 2 defense rounds now left for August. And Lockie, they were looking a little bit shaky at the start of their first couple of rounds, but after this, they've really started to pick it up.
Yeah, I'm liking the way they're playing. They've sort of worked out how Control are going to push them, and they see the lineup that they're running, and we haven't seen a change up coming out to the side of Control. So they're really counter-strating how Control are doing these pushes and changing up. And it was good to see when they lost that first round, they immediately changed it for the second round and did a completely different sort of setup, and it worked for them, and then they won that round. So I like to see that they're actively changing if something goes wrong.
It's adaptations like that we struggle to see from a lot of teams, and we've talked about it a few times, that, you know, the old saying is if you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, and you know, you're not really doing anything to help yourselves there. It's exactly what we've seen in the past. So, as you said, really good to see August adapting to the push that did come out from Control. And I'm sure they're going to put the same strategy of defense to them once again, as it did work for them the second time around holding this one. So, I'm sure they'll be quite successful once again. And already we're seeing Control have slowed down quite a bit in their attack compared to what we've seen in previous rounds here. They've just had to really delay the push that they've been going with, and I think that's due to the little bit of aggression that we've seen come out from August on the defense. They've just been making them a little bit wary of pushing in here and just slightly changing up. And Having that older on Derpe there with the Maestro, it's a very scary gun to face up against an aggressive Maestro because he can just keep shooting and shooting and shooting and really not able to, you know, have to reload anytime soon, meaning that it's quite a strong advantage for August to have him being quite aggressive on that Maestro.
Yeah, and the way August playing, they're playing so defensively right now that Mirror will be going down, but it's not going to affect him too much right now. Ravenous will get a spot off on, but Emo will go down, but it does look like they are going to be able to revive him. That nearly went wrong. Emo will be able to be revived right now. Still being pinned by the Jackal, but Jackal will go down also. That's a beautiful he gets it as he crawls away, and it does look like he will get back to August and be able to get a recover also. So both 2 injuries already going down and both recovered. That's a little bit surprising.
Ravenous definitely should have had that kill there on Emo, and he knew that he had the track at him, and as soon as he knew he was tracked behind that wall, the mirror was open, and from there, we should have seen him being able to get that pick, but Juicy can spot the player here sitting here who will jump into the towers, and Silix going to be able to find a kill, but I thought Juicy was nearly going to be able to catch a kill there, and they will see their thermite being taken out, and the exothermic charge won't go off as well due to those beautiful mute jammer placements. So, not a lot of time left in the round. Good map control gains by Control here, just sadly they haven't been able to push in here, and Imarin will be taken out by Ravenous, and Ravenous going to find 2 as well. We'll be able to find Silixon, and Ethan finally able to take him out here. It's now a 3-on-3. The health advantage in Control's favour as Ethan has been tagged up quite low, but not a lot of time left for them in this push.
Yeah, it's slowly starting to run out. 3v3, but 20 seconds left on the clocks and flashes. Guns are going to go out as they rush in. Star gets kill onto Ethan and giving them the man advantage that they need right now. But folks will be going out. Derpe is running behind, trying to kill from behind, but Juicy's going to shut that down before it even starts. Derpe has gone down, all down to Joey. That also looks like he's going for a flank right now on the smoke, and will get a kill off it from it. Now in 2v1, does take another shot, not going to quite get the kill, but he does. Boats will go down. It's now in a 1v1 situation, and he just needs to run through that doorway, which is going to be a little bit dangerous. His position will be detected. He's hoping that he's going to get pushed aggressively from this angle, and is he going to rush in? But no, his position is given away, and Stars is going to get an easy little kill onto Joey. That's the 5th round going the way of Control.
Control doing really well there in the end, and all set up by Ravenous, getting that beautiful 2k, taking out Emerin, and then able to take out the other players while playing towards Tellers. So 2 really good kills for him, and able to set that one up. Boats still yet to get a kill in the round, and the kills on August quite evenly spread out across them. But Control doing a really good job in that round and getting that diffuser down. The smoke so close, being able to take out that diffuser that went down. And if he had done that, it would have changed up the round quite a bit. And it's a shame that Derpe's flank didn't pay dividends for him, as well as if he had been able to flank and get a couple of kills, it definitely would have seen the round going in August's favour there. But Control, a fantastic push in the end and a really good post-plant situation that nearly ended up going August's way with 2 kills coming out from Joey on that smoke. But we are going to see a 6-pick onto a cap can here for their customs hold. It's not an operator we saw them bring out last time, but maybe just trying to throw something in there, and it's definitely a good 6-pick, but I still would like to have a Jaeger on the side.
Yeah, the Jaeger was he's so powerful, just having that carbine, such a great gun. But Ethan thinking that that cap can's going to do something else, but they really didn't need a cap can. The way they were playing last time, it just worked so beautifully, and it does look like we could see the same lineup coming from around again that worked so beautifully last time. Will it have the same effect now that they know what they're sort of pushing into? Only time will tell if Control can sort of pick up on what August did that didn't work too well for him.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Yes, well, we have seen August already be successful on this site once here, as they were able to hold it quite convincingly and had a lot of players left alive, and were able to get those picks quite early on. And a really nice drone here from Boats. He has managed to get it up onto that top there, and the Pulse really quite heavily looking for it, and the sneaky mustache man will be able to find that drone, so they will know that he is playing down there, and he was able to get an early C4 kill last time as well that we did see, so we might most likely see Juicy pushing down there to try and take him out, and I'm sure his team will be helping him in that one. fire, going through that window, not able to net any shots onto the bodies of August there. And I do like this little bit of an operator change up for them on August's defense here. It's just really going to throw Control off guard. And although they did win the round last time, usually when you win it, although it works for you, it's fine to do the same strategy of hold, but you don't want to see you sort of do the exact same thing. Otherwise, it's very predictable for Control to be able to read into. So August doing so well at adapting. And Imarin didn't take out the fragger on the team Ravenous, as he's taken out just over half the round left, and a really good pick for him. And August managed to get the first pick in this game so far, 3 out of the 6 rounds so far. And we have seen that usually the rounds have been going in Control's favor when they have been able to get that first pick, which is just another interesting thing to note there too. So whether this will mean that Control are going to struggle to get this round, I'm not sure, but Juicy has finally managed to make his way into detention now, and we've only got the one player of Imarin playing upstairs here, and a lot of other players spread quite far out across the map, mainly towards Workshop here. And Emo going to swap the diffuser going down, and we'll be able to take out August, and that is a big pick there as they do lose their thermite.
Yeah, and Imarin's got to get another one onto Juice from the spot above. Not pushing that is going to really throw Control out right now, since they didn't try and take control of above. All these vertical gameplay coming out from the side of Imarin is just really working out right now. Star has made his way into server room, and it's now just down to Star and Boats, as Boats has been tagged down to very low and will be taken out by Ethan. It's all down to Joey getting the final kills, taking Stars out, and that will be the final round of this half.
And we're seeing there in almost every round that August were able to win there, all 4 of them. We saw every time that they're winning a round, they're having a lot of team members left alive, and it's just showing how strong when they get that man advantage is, that they're really able to capitalize on it and really punish Control for pushing in. And I don't know whether you can also blame that to, we're not seeing Control really look up a lot when they're droning in, and it's meaning these sites, they're not realizing the amount of impact holes there. And we saw Imarin able to get a 3K in that round and pretty much set up the round for August there, only having to find the last 2 kills. They did a really good job to close out that one. So August going to win their defensive half 4-2 as they head into attack now. Only 3 rounds separating them from heading in to the quarterfinals here. And they will be playing against the winner of TBD and Dubious, which will be the match that we will be covering next here on the stream. But we are going to see the Twitch coming out, and Operator, which we didn't see being brought out by Control at all. And I think it made it quite hard to deal with those mute jammers. So I do like them bringing out the Twitch here on Ethan. And Ethan has been known to play Twitch in the past quite a bit, and a very strong Twitch player at that. So it will be very good to see here if he is able to get quite a few frags. And Ethan as well, like, he's such an adaptive player. You see him play Ying, Zofia, Twitch, Buck, all the operators that it sort of rotates around. So definitely a very strong fragger player for the team, and we were seeing him being quite strong on the Jaeger there. So hopefully we can see the same on the attack for him.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see
10 seconds to insertion.
if this the Twitch, it's going to lie a lot onto this Twitch right now, but they still will have that buck to sort of go underneath and open up these. If Ethan is not able to really get into this, but there's a lot of pressure on Ethan right now to sort of take out these wires and the jammers that could throw a spanner into the works on the side of August to try to push in. But Joey's making quick work as pushing in to east. They're trying to get these spots, getting control of this east side really quick, which you'd like to see. And Dirtbait going to make his way into break room.
And it's good to see as well that they do have Dirtbait on this Maverick to be able to back them up in case the Twitch of Ethan isn't able to find those mute jammers. So good lineup of operators here for them. And it's so interesting to see both the different defensive and attacking operators that both these teams have decided to bring out. And Ethan nearly able to catch the head of Stars there and take out that Maestro. But yeah, as I was saying, such different both attacking and defensive strategies for both these teams. And I think I like the look of August's attack operators a lot better, mainly because of that Capitao on Joey. 1, Joey, such a fantastic Capitao player. And 2, we see how strong the Capitao is at just denying the rotates from that little teller's office around when they do decide to go for that diffuser plant in that armory little 90-degree corner there. So I do like that pick there for them, and also bring out a Habana, meaning that they're going to have a little bit more utility on their side in terms of opening up more lines of sight compared to having that thermite. So all in all, a really good start for them, and the Buck was able to get out that mute gem out the way, and there was a potential for a bandit trick too, but that was prevented by Emarin downstairs on the Buck.
Yes, the Buck doing great work trying to stop that bandit trick coming out, but they do have that line of sight open up. Now Derpe gets onto boats. That's the Jaeger being taken out with nice little shot. But Ethan's holding a really tight angle right now as Emarin takes out all. Bandit being taken out. And some kills just going left to right now, but it's a minute left on. Well, there's their Buck finally being taken out, but they do have some lines of sight.
Ethan now can spot the mute here, sorry, of Ravenous, and he will be able to take him out. A 4-on-2 now for them with 45 seconds left on the clock. Two most important operators on this team here still left alive. That is the Maestro and the Smoke of Juicy, which is good to see. They will be able to do a lot of plant denial and stop these pushes here, especially with 2 remote gas grenades left here, and one of them going to be put towards the sandwich window, and those smokes coming out. We need to see Juicy get a little bit aggressive through here. He is being burnt alive though, and he has managed to make his way in here, and he will be able to catch the Habana, and that's the diffuser going down, and this could potentially win the round for him if he is playing this well, and needs to be careful of that little rotate. He doesn't realize the diffuser was dropped, and Auglis able to find the last 2 kills there. Juicy had to know that that diffuser was dropped in front of the bench. I'm sure we wouldn't have seen him pushing out to try and get that last kill on the Maverick, but good attack coming out for Auglis. A little bit shaky there towards the end as Juicy had some other ideas about stopping that plant from going down, but nevertheless, Auglis pick up their 5th round here now, and only 2 rounds away from securing themselves the win here.
Yes, getting closer and closer as Auglis is slowly closing the gap right now, but very intriguing to see the same lineup coming out from Auglis as well. So, and Control are taking it back to Armory Lockers right now to see if they can change up their play a little bit. But I reckon the problem was that Buck just really messed with Bandit when they were trying to get that wall open. Bandit not be able to Bandit trick and that wall being opened up, and they just sort of contested that Armory wall and too many kills being lost from it, and sort of lines of sights they weren't expecting anyone to be at. Auglis were just sort of waiting for someone to crossfire. They did sort of get a few kills from it that gave them the man advantage.
And it's not a push that we saw come out for Control at all, and that's why I said it's very intriguing to see the different strategies coming out. We saw every time Control pushed Armory Lockers, it was always a push from the office and from that fountain end and trying to get a plant on B, whereas usually an easier plant is trying to get in towards that A bomb site and planting in that corner, which we did see them try to go for in the end there as the Maverick was trying to get in that corner and hopefully take out Juicy there, but it's normally the default plant spot for that site, and it's definitely helping them quite a bit. You just able to cut out the site so well, and we even saw when Juicy was standing in that smoke, he was getting asphyxiated, bolted, and slowly his health being taken down, and those firebolts do a lot of damage in very short succession, so very good push coming out for Auglis in the end, and I think we'll see a very similar push coming out for them once again, and as you said, the same operator lineups for both teams here, and I think we need to see a little bit more downstairs presence for Control here, as they weren't really able to contest Emarin on this Buck here, and also to point out, Monkey Fist, who did show us the lovely scoreboard before there, Emarin has 10 kills to his name, only 3 deaths, so again, being the top fragger for his team and really doing a solid work here. I'm hoping that he does decide not to shoot them, as he has been able to gain a lot of information with his shock drone there without hopefully losing it, although we may potentially lose it there. And Ethan, going to see if he can land that same pick, although we will see the Maestro of Stars decide to fall back. A very smart move there for him.
Yeah, Derpe going to open up the hatch in security room, seeing if he can catch anyone off Jarpegi, and Ethan making his way also in, getting shot out a fair chunk, losing of his health. They're going to be picking him up, seeing if they can return any fire. And the Maestro will be finally taken out by Stars, will go down. Joey making his way to the east staircase. And going to be able to Silex, realizing that the wall is bandit, they won't be able to open it up quite yet. But making sure that Buck doesn't go underneath with some lines of sight being opened up towards it, and the Buck has made his way, and one of the bandit jumps has been opened up, and we're going to see Bandit trying to contest this Buck right now.
That's just such the strong thing about having that Buck in their lineup. You're able to get rid of that bandit wire, or the shock wire I should say, from so far away that it's really not a dangerous position to sit there and take them out. And as soon as you take the floor out, just needs one little shotgun pellet to hit it, and you will see that taken out. But Derpe has managed to sneak in here and open up a nice little hole in towards Office and Fountain here, so may potentially be able to catch off guard if Control aren't careful of that one. It's not a lot of information operators on this side. The Maestro with the Evil Eye, the only operator to really give them information, and even then it's not going to help them out too much, as we'll see those X-Cars actually being taken out there a little bit and prevented. Maybe a bandit trick actually went out there. We couldn't quite see that one, but 40 seconds left in the round now. Still a lot of players left alive. Boats with a beautiful peek. He is getting peeked by 2 players at once here. He needs to try and take these fights one at a time. And first fixating bolt will miss there. I'm not sure whether they will decide to waste another one here. Slowly pushing in the pistol out. No, sorry, the M4 out for Derpide. We'll be able to find one, but Control answering back with 2 kills of their own. They're bringing it back to a 2-on-2 now as August finds his second one of the round. C4 going to open up this wall and will prevent them from pushing into the site. Juicy going to land one, and it's back to a 1-on-1 now. Shotgun in hand for Juicy. Silex, though, with the health advantage here with only 5 seconds left. He knows he has to be going for that plant here, and with not a lot of time left, he needs to find the kill in the last seconds. The bearing 9 with almost 0 seconds on the clock. Silex able to just find a kill, and I think we needed to see Smoke there just push down those metal stairs and would have been able to win that round. Around it potentially could have gone in Control's favour, but Juicy sadly just being taken out in the end there. And ladies and gentlemen, August are 1 round away now from taking out this map and taking out their first best of 3 here in the Rainbow Six Siege ANZ Summer Series.
Yes, it's starting to look like that as well. Marin's on 11 kills right now, but it's getting closer and closer. Beautiful play. Not too sure what the Smoke was doing right there at the end. Could have just ran away from the site. No, decided sort of wanted to make sure they weren't going for the plant, but still getting a little bit too close to the sites when they still going to be a 7-second plant time. You can just run away from the site, and when it goes to that 0 seconds left on the clock, all you have to do is run onto the site, and they can't do anything about it. So a little bit of a misplay coming out of the side of Control, and August will thrive because of it, and 1 round on their match point.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
I
bombs
think it's
as
we're just not really seeing a counter downstairs for this bucket. Or we did see a player playing down there, but no one really able to deal with him, and it means that that whole armored wall is just given to them for free, and every time we're seeing them being able to push in there. This time they did go for a slightly different push, and that was good to see because the side of Control were really set up for that armory push. They were getting ready for it, and then all of a sudden we saw a last minute switch around to the office there and watch them be able to push into there. So good adaptation once again for August. It's something that we have commended them on time and time again, and it has been really good to see here. But we are going to see Control doing a little bit of adaptation of their own, realizing that armory maybe not their best site to hold here as they do decide to switch to ventilation and workshop. And Lockie, this site gets held very similar to what you do see the armory and lockers held by.
Yeah, the ventilation workshop is still sort of going to be the same sort of lineups coming out from, like, still going to see that sort of similar play style coming out where they have to defend that armory wall, and there's going to be some players around there, but there's still going to be those hatches opened up so they can fall back. There's going to have 2 of the side of Control peeking this. Star gets very aggressive right now. He peeks this angles off, will be tagged down to just above, but will stim himself back right up to 75 HP since he is the doc. But yeah, Star's playing very aggressive right now and peeking the side of August. Is it really worth it if they lose a player this early on? But nevertheless, they're still going to be stuck around this armory locker as side of August start pushing into office.
Yeah, I think just the problem with the way he's peeking is he's peeking in a very narrow door to a space which the attackers have so many places they can hide out there, and with very little information as to where they are, he's sort of peeking just his head in a very easy spot for them to pick off. And we've seen Ethan time and time again just sitting there waiting for him to peek because they know how aggressive he's been. I do like seeing aggressive defense from them, but I don't think it's the right kind of aggressive defense coming out for them. And we did see Emerin nearly able to land a kill onto Juicy there. Juicy will be finally taking out Derpe. Going to pick himself up at 2k as Juicy and Stars do fall for Control. And just under half the round left now, and August have set themselves up well here to take out this last round as they are going to start to make their way towards this workshop now. Ravenous doing a good job though of being able to take out these drones, and they will definitely have the utility for August to be able to deal with his castle barricade on the bathroom.
Yes, and Derpe popping off this round, getting his third kill for this round as Ravenous does go down and could meet up with another one in a second as he walks around main central stairwell, and Smoking Bolts will be going out right now as Derpe has pushed on the side. Boats will aggressively peek him and take his head off. Boats getting another one onto Emo. Boats playing beautifully right now, but the diffuser will go down. All down to Ethan, Joey, and Silex left as August throws out C4. Not going to detonate it yet, but their time is starting to tick right now. They will need to try and get few of these kills happening right now if they want to take this round out. It's not looking like they will have enough time. Joey gets the kill onto August, and Ethan takes out Boats, and that will be August taking out the second map and winning this.
Yes, on Control's map pick as well. Very convincing win there for them, 7-2. No surprise there, Emerin being at the top, although Derpe tried to contest him a little bit there for that one, picking up a 3k in the last round, and it was only the second time we saw the diffuser go down as well, so most rounds just purely being decided on kills there. Emerin finishing himself up with 11 kills, and then 7 kills each for Juicy and Ravenous on the Control, so very even spread of kills for August too. 3 players on 8 and 1 on 7, besides the 11 for Emerin. So very good performance and showing for August, and I think that's I think it's the result we expected. We did see some glimmers of hope there for Control, but most of the rounds being dictated by the opening kill coming out for August there, and then after that, the round sort of just followed in the tradition that we saw throughout both Coastline and Border there. But congratulations to August. They do move into the quarterfinals now, and definitely a good and strong start for them in this summer series.
Yeah, they played incredibly well. We sort of had a little bit of hope that Control would bring up a little bit of more of a match and get a couple more rounds on the bag, but coming up against such a force like August, being known to be that dominant, it was just a hard fight for them to get. But yeah, congratulations to August going into the semi.
Yes, indeed. And the next match we are going to be seeing in just a moment once we do get the players into the lobby will be TBD versus Dubious. And this is a really good matchup to see because these are two teams who we have seen face off not once but twice in the Summer Series qualifier here. And unfortunately for TBD, Dubious were able to take them out 2-0 in the first grand final, and then in the rematch as well, 2-1, they were able to take them out. So that will be the exciting match waiting up for us next. But we are going to take a short break here while we do get that next match underway. Thank you so much for hanging out, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you all stick around here. And we'll be back very shortly with TBD versus Dubious.
Inside the book that I wrote are all the words that we spoke, yet only with our eyes. Now is the time to choose. Somebody wins and some lose. I can see through your disguise. Lay it down, hope for something better. Looking at the clouds, the cyber and the weather. You can't keep this up. The lies are just too much. Kick back, start another fire. Looking at the clouds, making shapes that you admire. And you can't stop it now, 'cause you don't know how.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rainbow Six Siege ANZ Summer Series here. My name is JP, and I'm joined by Mr. Chuckmaster here, and we have our next match of the round of 16 getting underway here for you. TBD versus Dubious. We just witnessed August managing to take out control in a dominant fashion on Coastline and Border. They won 7-1 on Coastline, 7-2 on Border to advance themselves to the next round. And the winner of this match, Lockie, will be versing them here. TBD versus Dubious, a rematch of the Summer Series qualifier. I think we're going to be in for a close one here.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one for sure. It's going to be really interesting to see how this one goes down. They faced so many times before, so there's going to be a lot of info. The teams are going to know each other very well, so it's going to be extremely interesting to see which team could take this one out this time, considering how many times they have fought in the past couple of weeks.
Yes, indeed, and we have seen both times that Dubious were the stronger team against TBD. They've played 5 maps against each other. Dubious managing to win 4 out of the 5 there against them, and we did see though that TBD were able to take out, I believe it was Vanquish, when they got knocked down into the loser bracket there. So they were able to take out a team. They also did take out Control 7-2 in the earlier stages of the Summer Series qualifier here. So we have seen them at least be able to put up the same sort of showing that we did see August put up against Control as well. So both teams here definitely a force to be reckoned with. Dubious going in slightly as the favourites, but I'm sure after the last week's qualifier for this Summer Series, we will have seen them do quite a bit of research into the team. And of course, they've had a lot of information that they've been able to gain off them as well. So definitely good to see that they have done their research into them.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of information that's going to be able to get on each other team. So they should be previously on this past couple of weeks tried to learn every strat on how each of them play and see what strats they're going to be pulling out and what operators to ban. So I'm expecting we're going to see a lot of target bans coming out right now, and a lot of targeting and tried counter strategy coming out from both teams to really throw spanners into the works on each other team. So it's going to be definitely an interesting match. Dubious definitely wanted to keep their title, keep beating TBD.
Yes, you definitely aren't wrong there. Now, just for something different, Mr. Chuck, we are going to be going to Coastline as our first map here, and a map which we did see August put on quite a display here for us, and we're able to take out Control quite convincingly. I don't think, though, we are going to see the same fashion for them, and I think we'll see a lot more of a kitchen and penthouse play coming out from these two teams compared to what we saw with August and Control.
Yeah, we could see that coming out. Kitchen's starting to be players' favourite sites to go to now, so that's going to be coming out a lot more. Could see a mirror being banned. That makes it a lot harder to hold those penthouse and kitchen holds. But previously we saw Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar being played a lot, and that being one of the most sites that defenders are going to first. So it's interesting to see that being more into the meta nowadays compared to that was a site that no one ever went to. But now that it's more in the meta, everyone's sort of roaming above and playing the site a little bit more like Border and having a lot of lines of sights from above.
Yes, so I think, we're going to see quite and that's the good thing about Coastline. All of the bomb sites now have become pretty much viable on the map, especially with the operators that are being brought out and the way the meta is sort of shifting. So I think we're going to see a lot of different rotations of the bomb sites here. I think that will be quite interesting to see how the teams do deal with it. I'm not 100% sure what maps they did play on in the Summer Series, but I'm guessing Coastline most likely would have been one of the ones that they did come up against, as it has been the pick of Dubious's pick. Sorry, it was Dubious's pick who did pick this map, and of course, because of that, TBD will get to start on the defense here. But Mr. Chuck, we will be heading into the first round here. It is Coastline. Dubious going to be starting on the attack, and TBD will get the first attacker ban here, and I think we'll see similar bans to what we have seen on this map previously.
Yeah, we could see some interesting bans coming out. TBD's starting to a little bit decide what they're going in, letting the time trickle down just a little bit, making us anxious seeing what operator they are going to choose to ban first up. and it is going to be a Glaz. That's an operator we're seeing banned pretty much every game nowadays.
Yeah, a lot of teams not really liking to deal with it, and I think with Capitao as well being so prevalent in the meta currently, it's meaning that there's so many smokes on the board that players are able to throw out. And as I say, that Capitao also going to be taken out. Not an operator you do see being banned too much, but I'm guessing that is going to be dubious. Reading into TBD, knowing that they do like to play a Capitao and taking one out. So that will be the second operator that will be taken out. Mirror also going to be taken out. A operator which we haven't seen being banned too much as of recently, but will be taken out here for Coastline. We did see it taken out with August as well, taking that one out. And the last defensive operator ban going to be a Vigil. So as you said, Chuck, we've seen some targeted bans come out, and it's definitely very targeted with both the Capitao and Vigil operators that you don't see being taken out too often.
Yeah, the Capitao is just sort of a strange ban coming out. A lot of teams like to run it, but we don't see Capitao being banned too often recently, so it's definitely going to be a target ban, especially with that Vigil as well. Vigil's not an operator you usually see banned just outright because people don't like facing him. They usually ban a Vigil because one of their enemy teammates is usually good on the Vigil, so that's definitely going to be a targeted ban right there. And going to this kitchen first up, going into the 6 pick, they're going to switch off the Pulse to a Maestro as well. So there's going to be some intel coming out.
Yes, and that's another interesting point too, is that we've got the Echo, we've got the Pulse, we've got Maestro and Valkyrie all being left here. Operators which we haven't seen being left in the in many games as of this recent both Pro League season and also the recent tournaments, which we have been able to witness here. And it's going to make for a very interesting match. The Doc on Papa going to help Scumsy with those long range of sights there with the ACOG, and Delta going to be the smoke player here for them, and going to be proving quite strong for the side.
Yeah, so going to have a little bit of setup going towards the Sunrise as well. So could have some players sitting around there getting some lines of sight. Going to have some ACOG work cover on the dock as well. So going to be able to run that ACOG with the MP5. Cookie starts making his drone the way through luggage, and got Nate peeking out as well.
And this is a site which we do see being favoured by a lot of teams here. But as we said, almost every site very viable on this map. But it's been a site that a lot of teams have either seen great success on or great failure. There hasn't been too many close rounds here, and it's due to the fact that you are able to rush in there quite quickly in that kitchen service entrance and get a plant. And we are seeing the bulletproof camp being found there by Forgotten as he's trying to find as many gadgets as he can, really. ADSs and ones he's going to be able to find. Nazgul, a beautiful shot landing on to Nate there, and that will be the first pick of the game going out here.
Yes, but there is going to be some lines of sights being opened above as Cushion going out. Naz going to stun him up, but Cookie making way into Office Claymore and up to rotation. Drex gets a kill onto Naz as well. Down goes there, Jaeger. And seeing if they can find any more lines of sights from above.
The Doc of Papa sitting below here will be trying to spot out anyone he can, but it is Delterra who is going to spot that player through there. And some big openings being opened up by these breaching charges upstairs here, and it's going to mean it's going to be a little bit more challenging for the defenders to sit down there. Papa's still playing towards this front desk now, and does hear one player breaking the barbed wire, and it will be the Ying with Cook over towards that CCTV. Delterra trying to see if he can land any shotgun shots there, but he's playing in quite a precarious position there. A lot of places that he could be shot from. Scumsy going to be able to find another kill, and that will be taking out Cook. So Ying and Jackal being taken out with just over a minute left. T-Sim going to be able to get that kill onto Silence, and that is a big pick for him. And only the Sophia left now of Drex, and T-Sim going to be able to pick up that one as well with that Deagle. Lands a beautiful headshot there, and Drex will be taken out. And we will see first round going to TBD.
Ooh. Nice little 1D coming out from the side of T-Sim. TBD going pretty confidently in that first round, taking that point on Kitchen. Now going up to Penthouse as the next one. And that was really a really nice round coming out from the side. T-Sim just really played extremely well in that Sunrise Bar, that players just kept pushing him and he just kept taking him out.
Yes, and it's I'm not sure how many of the Valkyrie cans or the Black Eyes we were able to see taken out there, but we did see him being able to do a lot of work, and I don't know whether that was because he had a lot of information coming from his down teammates telling him where these players were. But we are going to see Rook being 6 picks off to the Pulse there, and we did see both the Ying and the Jackal taken out very early on for Dubious there, and it did make it quite tough for them to make that push out, especially using Ying. When you don't have a Kappa Tower available to Ying there being the main sort of operator that they're going to use to push in and start that push, so they need to try and hold on to Ying a little bit longer there, so Cook needs to stay alive and help his team get that push, because we saw there, it just had such a rain there. T-Sim was able to get 3 kills in that round, and didn't really look like losing his life at any stage there. There was some opportunities where the attackers definitely should have had a kill on him, but was able to win those gunfights every time. So good first round coming out for TBD, and it's definitely what they needed to take to Dubious. They needed to get this first round on the board to say that, you know, we've looked into what you do, we've looked into how you guys attack this map, and we're going to make sure that we don't have a repeat of the qualifiers here. So a good start for TBD.
Attackers have recovered.
Yeah, nice round coming out from them, but going into the next one, going for that penthouse hold, one of the most people's usual favourite spots to go after Kitchen at this moment. So going to see them push their way. Nate on the Blackbeard. Kill already going off though. That's the Zofia going down. Naz gets a beautiful shot onto Drex.
Yeah, I believe that's the second time he's been able to find the first kill here in the round, and a good start for them. And losing Zofia, a huge fragging operator that we have seen multiple times with many teams and players being able to get just a crazy amount of kills. And normally when you see a player head into those, you know, high double digits of kills, it's normally the Zofia or a Buck that we see sort of doing that. So losing that Zofia going to be a bit of hindrance to them. And Drex, such a strong player for Dubious. It's definitely not what you want to see going on very early on into your attack, because it usually slows you down quite a bit.
Yes, and we're going to see some droning coming out, making sure they can try and get into luggage, but the Mistro coming out from Forgotten, not be able to quite get away with the drone, but going to see if they can try and detonate the BB through sort of luggage right now, having that shield in front of his face, not going to be able to get headshotted as quickly as Doc usually is able to take out some heads.
And they're pushing quite methodically here, just taking their time, but it's definitely what they need to do after the way they were dismantled in their last attack. And they have managed to get a lot of top floor control here. And as you said, Nate, pushing through luggage here, and it's going to be a very strong position for him, although a proning player of T-Sim on the floor, going to be able to find him, breaks off his shield, and then takes him out in a great fashion, as Nate will be taken out, and already TBD looking in a very strong position to take out this round. They still managed to keep the Ying alive, though, of Cook, but the push being slowed down quite significantly by these 2 picks.
Yeah, so we're going to have, looks like Forgotten making his way below right now, seeing if they can catch any gadgets through the IQ scanner from below, but they're not in a good situation right now as they do start to open up this bedroom wall, VIP wall here. Silent does get a kill onto Scumsy, but Naz does take out Forgotten as well. There goes their IQ out of this one. All down to Silent and Cookie left. The Thermite and the Ying. Sun's being thrown out, seeing if they can try and go for this plant, but those smoke canisters will deny it as the Candela will be going out, but Silent will be flashed out by it. Cookie does get one on Del Toro. Pushing it further, but Papa will take out Cookie. All down. Papa takes out Silent also. There's another round going out on the side of TBD.
Really well done there by Cook on the Ying to be able to get in there and be able to Candela him. Unfortunately, though, the Thermite of Silent being flashed by Cook's Candelas and was in turn taken out quite sufficiently by Dubious there. And they will see TBD taking out the second round here. A very strong hold once again for them. It was looking like a good push. There was only 2 players left alive, and sadly, they were forced to open up the side of the wall, which isn't the most favourable side. You want to open up that right side so you can get in with that diffuser. And like we saw there, Silent trying to cover anyone pushing in to throw a C4 or at least try and take out the diffuser plan. They came close, but fortunately not close enough. TBD able to do it once again. And Scumsy going to be switching over to the Maestro here as we do head to Hookah. And has been a very strong defensive start here for TBD, as they are doing quite a good job of dismantling the attack that is coming out from Dubious, and it's not really what we expected to see here, especially being Dubious's map pick.
Yeah, Dubious not in a good situation, especially if this is their map pick. They're just losing too many rounds too quickly, and without any really, it's not even been a close call when these rounds are sort of going to the way of TBD. They're sort of winning with a few operators left on the board, or most of them left. So yeah, they definitely got to step up their game on the attack, or might see them stand out a little bit more on the defense once they get there.
And we're seeing as well a lot of early kills as well coming up for TBD. They've been able to find these kills in the rounds quite early on, and picking off very impactful operators on Dubious as well, and it's meant that the round has been just sort of set up for them there. They've had to slow down their attack. They lose one less player to drone, one less player that's going to be able to entry frag, and when you lose a player like your Zofia or like your Ying very early on, it makes you push a lot. And we are going to head up to Hookah now and see if we can see another great hold coming out for TBD. I'm sure Dubious will try and have something to say about that, as Nate has already made his way quite far in through this kitchen and service entrance here, and he's going to try and make his way up to the School Vibe stairs now, which you do normally have a player playing on, and does decide to delay taking out that default cam in case he did have to flick to someone. And beautiful Valkyrie cam there coming out for T-Sim, just covering all that cool vibes. That's in that little drone hole that you see on the roof there. We might catch that from Nate's drone at some point, but a very difficult cam to spot if you don't know it's there.
Yeah, so we're going to see Drex making his way through security right now as Forgotten, also making his way into Hall of Fame, pre-firing some angles, going to make his way into Penthouse, catching out anyone if they're sitting on that sort of flank angle. No one going to be around there though. They start making their way towards this site. So Naz gets the first kill off, taking Silent out. That's their Thermite being taken out very early on. And that's Diffuser dropped as well.
Nazgar, once again, being the player for TBD to be able to get the first kill. We're seeing a spray from Cook come out, landing a little bit of damage on Scumsy, but sadly not able to take him out. And this push from the Zofia should help with the distraction of potentially taking out Scumsy, and this will be a big pick for them if they are able to take him out. They do down him, and beautiful shot from Nate. Whether he knows he's down or not, we won't know, and should be able to push up and take him out, and he will. Nate with a beautiful double kill there, taking out both the Maestro and the smoke there, and Papa with a beautiful shot onto Nate. Won't be able to find a headshot onto Forgotten. We will find a headshot onto him, and it's a 2-on-2 now. Forgotten, though, being tagged up very heavily here, and not quite enough time to go for a reset, as we do see both the defenders actually completely flanking around and trying to come up behind this Cool Vibe stairs here to see if they can catch out Dubious off guard.
That'd be very interesting if they do get this flank sort of underway. We got it very low. It's only going to be one bullet to just land straight onto that kill, and looks like T-Sim trying to get that shot off. Not going to quite land, but throws out a C4. That's a beautiful shot. And that takes out Cookie, their full player, all down to Forgotten with 20 seconds left on the clock. One bullet will kill him as Diffuser is dropped and has a massive hike right now to try and take this round back.
Not a lot of time left for the attackers, and it won't matter as T-Sim going to find both of the last kills there. A beautiful C4 and just really good play for him. We saw him standing on the ledge going for those kills, so he knew that if he wants to miss his shots, he could just walk forward a little bit, drop down, would be safe, and read into the attack as well. They knew they'd push out into that hallway to try and catch him off guard, and just played perfectly into his trap. A great C4 for him, and TBD losing a few more members than they would have liked to there, but nevertheless will be able to take out their third round here, and we are once again going to head back to the kitchen and service entrance area here for the second round of rotations in the maps, you could say.
Yeah, and it's looking like TBD have shown up pretty strong right now, not dropping around yet on a map that's not even their pick. So incredible sort of plays coming now, and we're going in back to kitchen, a site that they have taken out very quickly and easily. So probably they're expecting, might see a little change up on the side of TBD to try and counter-strat, but could see what happens here.
Yeah, they're sticking with the same operator lineup, but it's working for them. I don't think they have a need to change it, and we're seeing the same operators come out for Dubious as well, and I don't think they need to change up their operators. I think they just need to be a bit more cautious in the way they're pushing. We even saw that at one point when Forgotten was going through that area. He was clearing angles with his gun like he hadn't droned out a lot of those areas. And I don't know whether he's just making sure that no one had managed to sneak in there or if he had missed-droned, but I think you need to see that he needs someone droning out for him there. And we can see the kills heavily favouring the side of TBD there. 6 kills, I believe, at the top there for, I think it was T-Sim or Scums. Yeah, couldn't quite catch it there. And we're actually seeing Papa go for a little bit of a spawn peek, and we did see what looks like a Jackal being able to spot him there. He nearly lands the headshot on the Ying, I believe. It is Cook who was repelled up there, and really well done there by Cook to spot that door was open and the run out was a potential. He didn't just repel up there and give away his life for free. And we'll see still a good push coming out here for Dubious. They are managing to split up the map well and try and pinch in here, but we did see last time how annoying T-Sim was playing in this Sunrise bar, and I'm sure it will be the same again for them as Nazgul trying to find again the first pick of the round. Sadly though, losing half of his HP as a result of trying to do so.
Yeah, Nazgul's still aggressively peeking in Aquarium right now, fully going to be droned out. Finally taking the drone out, but Nazgul's going to fall back to site as he's also being tracked by the Jackal. We'll just get to a safe spot. Papa going to stim him up back to nearly full health as Cook does make his way down hallway, and they do have control of this hookah area.
Yeah, got a swift take of the top floor as well. They've done well to be able to get in and get that full map control. I'm sure the Jaeger of Nazgul was forced back down there towards White Stairs, and just under half the round left. They've done a good job to take this top floor, and they were able to spot out this Valkyrie camp last time that it was in there, so they are looking to see if they can catch it again, and that may have potentially been the camera that helped T-Sim in the first round get a lot of his kills. And you can see they haven't needed to bring a buck here as they have Drex with that ITA shotgun, seeing if he can open up some lines of sight here, as well as breaching charges on IQ. So good use of the utility on these operators here to see that they don't need to use a buck, and can bring operators which both have the gadgets to be able to do something. Oh, Nazgul going to be able to find the first kill of the round. Will take out Drex, and they do lose their Jackal, so not as much soft floor destruction going to be coming out now for them.
Yes, and we're going to have Nate getting into a fight with Nazgul, but Nazgul will go down as Nate takes his head cleanly right off. Flash is going in silent, trying to just burn out ADS, lacing 2, not going to make sure that this Candela can throw, or the Ying can throw the Candelas in when they choose to go for this push, but there's 20 seconds left on the clock. The smoke can go for a little bit of denial right now, since they won't be able to really push in. Papa does get the kill on Denate. Now they do have the man advantage with 15 seconds left in the round. Some Candelas being thrown in right now. Spraying through the wall, but going out the side of Scumsy. Not going to quite land. Papa will get the kill onto Forgotten. And Del Turo popping off right at the end.
Del Turo with a beautiful 2K here. We are going to get to watch this. We didn't get to catch it the first time around. The spray from that older coming in, really distracting those players. They lined up perfectly for him, and a 2K for him in that round. Beautiful hold once again from TBD, proving that they are very successful and very strong on this kitchen bomb side. And again, as expected, we're going to head back up to Penthouse there, but so far not really seeing an answer come out for Dubious at all. And it is Dubious's map pick as well, so you'd think they'd start to be a little bit worried here, because if they do lose this map, then heading into Clubhouse next, which will be TBD's map pick, it's going to be a little bit scary for them here. So we will need to see these last 2 rounds going to Dubious if they do want to at least have a fighting chance at taking this one out. Coastline being I'd say a quite even map in terms of defense and attacking strategy. The attackers do get the opportunity to open up a lot of lines of sight and have angles onto the defenders. So I don't think it's an overly defender-sided map, but we're seeing that just TBD being too strong on their defense, and that is a really nice Valkyrie cam coming out from T-Sim. He's definitely got a lot of good spots on this map.
Yeah, so we're going to have Toro just missing that drone just a little bit, letting it, not going to drone hunt too hard right now. It's going to try and open up these hatches instead so they can get some rotations going around. Going to have that bandit as well so they can't open up this wall, but they are running a Thatcher, so those devices will be able to be taken out pretty quickly if they get into VIP.
Cover the diffuser. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
And we will see once again, then pushing in towards Hookah, something we've seen them do almost every round, and I think it's a good place to start for them. Usually you can find a roamer in there, and it's quite a difficult place to get out of it if you do happen to get trapped in there. There's a lot of lines of sight that go into that room, but you're going to bring out the Blackbeard. Drex most likely going to rappel up onto this penthouse window with a claymore protected below him. I would say coming out from Silent there, who will try his best to protect him. It's a claymore that you can place perfectly and not be taken out, so unless you have an impact grenade for that run out, which we may potentially see, because a Blackbeard being repelled on that window can be so strong and such a nuisance to deal with. So I do like that they have decided to bring this out here, and I think it's a change that they've definitely needed, because so far Drex hasn't really been able to do a lot of work on the Jackal so far, and haven't really been getting off some tracks which have helped them really force roamers back to the site. And even when they have, we've seen every time, it's just they've just been able to get the kills anyway from the bomb site when they are forced back. So far TBD doing a really good job of wasting time, as we have seen just over a minute ticked over so far in this round. And quite far in here, there's no one sitting in this bathroom. They're going to try and take out that ADS so they can throw some smoke grenades or some flashes through there and drop down from that hatch, which does come from the roof there. And
A bomb has been
no
located.
kills yet being found, but a really strong setup from TBD so far.
Yeah, Flash is going to go out. Delta is going to be hit up pretty hard. Nate does take out Nazgul, and Nate's sitting around that security room, lining up this long line of sight all the way, seeing if he can catch out anyone that would run past Silent, making his way. Nate getting another one onto Scumsy, as well as he's just running around below, opening up the floor. Forgotten getting one onto Del Toro, as well as this looks like the round that Dubious will take out, as the plant will start to come down, but Papa runs in through. How'd they let him get into this site? The plant will stop it going down, but it's all down to Ceasim right now as in a 1v4 situation, and he is falling right the way back to the hallway onto that white stairs.
Activating the diffuser.
Definitely going to be quite difficult for him to be able to take out this round here. There's 4 players left alive for Dubious here, and once that plant goes down, there's so many angles that it can be covered by, but it won't matter. Drex going to be able to take him out from the window there. Finally landing the shot onto T-Sim. Oh, sorry, he was on the bomb side, actually. So a good shot coming out there for him, and we will see Dubious able to pick up their first round here, and whether you could land that to the credit of the Blackbeard in conjunction with that buck as well, I think definitely did, having that Blackbeard on the window, just posing a bit of a presence and forcing everyone out of that penthouse area in conjunction with the buck of Nate below. Was able to find himself 2 kills in that round, and also just really able to be quite a nuisance on that theatre area, opening up so much of that floor, making it quite difficult for them to sit in there. So Dubious finally able to find a round on their attack here, and it would be nice to see them take out at least one more to leave themselves with a fighting chance in their defensive half.
Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting one to see what they try to do here. We're going to see Scumsy change off the Legion for a Rook. That's a little bit of an interesting
Attackers need to locate
operator
the
being
diffuser
played.
bomb
Going to be able to
right now.
have that little extra protection of those Rook plates, and also going to be able to have another ACOG on the DVD. And the ACOGs have been really working for the side of Papa, so having another one could help them out.
Yes, especially with so many long lines of sight. You sit behind that billiards table, you've got the line of sight that once they do decide to open it up on VIP, you can look all the way into there, and you've also got the one all the way down luggage as well as out into those ruins too, if players do decide to sit out there. Sometimes you do see a Blackbeard sitting out in those ruins because it's very hard to take him out. So I do like to have brought the ACOGs, although I think Legion, compared to a Rook, very strong operators to have on your lineup, and give you a lot of information as to where these players are going to be pushing from. So will be intriguing to see if we do see that Rook of Scumsy get a few kills. They don't really have too much plant denial. 1 C4 and T-Sim, and also a smoke on Delterra here, and we're even seeing a little bit of a swarm peek coming out for Scumsy here. Doesn't seem to be able to spot anyone, and the spray coming through that door to see if they can catch him out. And Nate will now know that it was a player playing very close to there, and will do his best to see if he can track him down.
Yeah, Nate's going to be running around. Forgotten's going to set up a claymore, making sure there is no rotations. And we could catch out. There is someone on their cameras right now. The pistol's going to be going through. He'll go off on Forgotten. picking out Nazgul with a beautiful little
A bomb
on that
has been
devices, just sitting on the cams, wall banging will floor, beautiful plays coming out right there. And then down goes their Jaeger contesting Aquarium, so they're going to be able to make their way into Aquarium a little bit easier without too much of contested this time.
Papa going to be able to find a kill as well to answer back, and takes out Silent. That's a big pick, losing your thermite there. It's going to make it very hard for them to get into the site now. And it's also interesting to note that two things. One, Nazgul, normally the player getting the first kill of these rounds, and he was taken out first here, but also every team or each team who has got the first kill has got the has won the round, and Dubious were able to get the first kill in this one. So hopefully that means they are going to be able to potentially snowball this. But Deltero going unspotted here. We'll be able to take out the Blackbeard, and that's a misplay coming out for Dubious here. And he is going to pick up a second as well. That spot being so strong behind that bar, and they had Nate on the roof with one grenade, and they knew he was there. It's a very easy kill to throw it through that hole on the roof, and Nate being an absolute nuisance here on this hookah below, and no one really to contest him. And a good start for TBD in this round. Deltero doing really well to become undetected there, and could potentially set up the round here for TBD.
Yes, Nate sort of making his way on the hookah deck right now, seeing if he can catch any kills off right now. Diffuser's still stuck in Aquarium. Gotta rappel up onto the maybe the B window right now in 30 seconds. Time is starting to slowly dissipate as getting into these final seconds of the round, and they are at a two-man disadvantage right now, so they have to bring something big right now if they want to try and do this. They do have that cam there, so they know where Forgotten is sitting. That Papa could just peek out. They have a crossfire set up and smoke canisters to waste time. Papa takes out Forgotten, and it's all down to Nate that does get the kill onto Scubsy, but it's only 13 seconds left on the clock. He has to kill so many right now, and there's a misfire coming out from Decent, but Nate gets the kill. It's now in a 1v2 situation. Gets the kill onto Papa. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Operators, you have
What
run
an
out of time.
attempt coming out for him there. So close. Nate nearly able to clutch it out. Deltero doing well to get out from behind that bar, because the raid that was coming out for Nate, they're nearly able to pick up all the kills. A beautiful 3K for him. Sadly, not able to find Deltero, who was hiding behind that wall, most likely with a shotgun there. Very smart play coming out for him. Nate on 8 kills, and 8 as well for Deltero on the other side. So some big fraggers coming out for either side here, and a really good display again coming out for TBD. Such a good hold there as we do switch halves. TBD going into the second half, 5-1 up, and I tell you what, their hold got a little bit undone there. The Valkyrie starting to turn her back at the wrong time there in that hallway, and even a pistol kill coming out onto the dock too. A lot of kills that probably shouldn't have gone Nate's way, but he did well to take them all out. Just sadly not able to find the last one, and we're going to head to hookah for our first hold here on the attacking side for TBD.
Yeah, so we're going to see a Montaigne coming out as well, so it could
Trackers need to
Lance
locate
coming
and
right from
defuse
behind
the bomb.
the Monty, and rotation holes being set up into Aquarium on the hookah sort of setup right now. So this is a little bit of an interesting play. Going to castle off that balcony to Aquarium, making sure it's going to be a little bit harder to get through it. So looks like they're going to set up a few rotations around everywhere, and keeping these lines of sight sort of close with not being contested with the castle.
Yeah, so we're seeing Doc being played quite a bit on this map as well, and I think that's just due to the long lines of sight. One, for him to be able to get those picks from that, but also the fact that the attackers outside, do get to make shots from quite a distance away. And if we do happen to see any players getting downed or at least tagged up a little bit just from these few pot shots that you see coming out from these attackers, we will at least then be able to see him at least stim up his teammates or even get a res off potentially. And we're actually seeing the PDW come out on Papa with a suppressor. Very interesting combination there. You know, we do see the PDW come out, and it has been shown quite a bit recently. It, I believe, does the same damage as what the C7E does. So it is it's quite a strong gun, but don't normally see a suppressor being run on there. And is that potentially either a wall that's been unreinforced and they have managed to open it up there, or they have just decided to rappel down with the thermite and get that open? It actually looks like a soft wall, so good work there for TBD to realise that and get that wall open quite speedily before they are able to reinforce that one.
Yeah, so just Monty's just going to be smacking open this aquarium door, and Nate could just be... Oh, beautiful peek coming out by the side of Nate. Jackal going down, and Monty, they do have that wall open, but have lost Jackal behind him.
We may potentially see as well that castle barricade just being left up because it means the Monty can push in without worrying about being shot in the side there. So they may leave that up, and it also means that defenders are going to really struggle to rotate back around without their position being known. You have quite an aggressive castle of Forgotten playing here, but there's going to be a lot of players who are going to have something to say about that, as we may potentially see a quick ping and pre-fire onto him there. Nazgul will definitely know where he is and is playing a bit of a distraction here. Forgotten has a nice rotate hole there and will be able to get back to start. He's a little bit wary of this window here. There is a player repelled on there. Sadly, not able to find any kills though for him, and he is peeking dangerously there. Tissin going to take out his own teammate of Nazgul, and the kill is going to go in Dubious' favour here as the attack for TBD starts to fall apart, and it will indeed as Drex picks up the last one. That round all really being set up by a team kill by Tissin there. Beautiful finish off though by Drex, able to find that thermite, and round going to Dubious here, and good start for the defensive hold here.
Yeah, beautiful plays coming out. So much missed players coming out at the side of TBD. Shouldn't have gone down. Losing too many players just because of sort of not checking, and that team kill really through, really screwed over the plays there, considering the Monty was what was giving him cover, and then they lost that, and Aquarium was just completely open to all the attacking operators, slowly, one by one, being taken out.
And we as well saw there, I believe it was Nate on 10 kills. So he's doing a really good job for his team, both on the Buck on attack and then also the Doc on defense, proving to be a great asset to their team and doing such a good job to really help them win out these couple of rounds, which have been quite close. And he's been able to get a couple of kills each time to really help them out there. And we're going to head down to Kitchen for their second try at defense here. And a site which we saw TBD being successful on once, but also being successful on it twice, sorry. So hopefully, for Dubious' sake, they are able to do the same here. And we will see an alibi being brought out. Which you do see from time to time on the side, but usually not usually preferred on Kitchen or even on this map. Alibi, not an operator you see coming out too often.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, not really. Those prisoners usually get droned out pretty quickly unless you play them in a spot that are going to force the attacking operators to sort of walk or jump through it. The alibis aren't that useful, I don't really believe, but it's going to be exciting to see how they really try and use the alibis and what they do with it. Some quick plays, making sure they're not getting score peaked right now as they're just pre-firing every window in the place, making sure Nate doesn't do the same thing he did last time, but he was peeking a window aggressively right then, didn't catch anyone out though, and is falling off the sunrise bar and made his way back to the rear staircase.
Well, if he has been leading into the attack that we have seen so far from TBD, they've pre-fired the windows a couple of times and then just left it alone. And so if he goes for this late round peak, not that he will be able to anymore, as Nazgul will be able to take him out, but if he did go for that late round peak, he might have been able to catch someone off guard, and he was actually taken out on the bomb site there during his rotate back, I would assume. And Yokai's of Silent going to be brought back to site now, and Papa also going to take out one of those default cams, and they have managed to get control of most of the Sunrise tier, although there is a Yokai roaming around. It's going to give them a lot of information as to where they will most likely be pushing from. The alibi being down, but Forgotten may potentially be able to save the alibi here, who is Drex, and will be trying to crawl away behind that bar. They are trying to wallbang him here, and Forgotten needs to be really careful that he doesn't go for the revive if it's not safe to do so, and it won't be. This comes to be finally able to find that kill through the wall, and Papa going to be able to fight Forgotten as he crosses over that hookah door there, and TBD able to do a lot better job on their attack this time than last. Echo and Smoke, the last two players left alive here for Dubious. Two very strong operators to be able to clutch something out here, but 4 players left alive for TBD. It's going to be made quite difficult here, these Yokais. And remote gas grenades are going to be so important here to help them hold on to this one.
Yeah, Cook throwing one of the gas grenades out already. Going to be droned out, spotted right behind that A bomb, as a lot of drones are going to be catching their location. They are in a hard spot right now trying to get this push. Silent has made his way all the way back to that entrance doorway, knowing that they are coming from this hallway and Sunrise bar area. And we're going to have Scumsy sort of tagging himself up just a little bit, but could concuss in as they sort of jump through this window. The time is getting close. Cook does take some damage. He is very low, but also tagging up, and I believe putting Pupper down as well. Silent getting a beautiful shot from behind. Cook will finally go down by Scumsy, and it's all down to Silent left. 22 seconds left on the clock here. And some shots going out either way. The diffuser being planted. Can they stop this plant? No, he doesn't have enough time. Now, he is in a 1v3 situation to try and clutch this round back. And it's going to be indeed a hard one to get as he makes his way to the diffuser. They all are sitting off-site. Going to bait out a diffuse, but not enough time. And Scumsy's just going to spray him down. Exile his head right off. It's another round for TBD.
Silent there, so close to getting on his yokai and being able to stop that diffuser. And would have changed around quite a bit if he was able to delay that. Still had both yokais available to him. Would have had another charge in that one, and of course the diffuser takes 7 seconds to put down. So you normally see players wait 6 seconds and shoot it at them at the last second to stop that. And there we go. Nate on 10 frags, Forgotten below him on 6, and you can see Papa on 9 and Nazgul on 7. So real even spread of kills on the side of TBD there. Not so much for Dubious. They have a couple of fraggers who are standing out from the rest, but yeah. Silent was able to stop that diffuser from going down. May have been a very different round, and they did a good job to hold out for as long as they can and really force TBD into a really late round take of the site. But now, TBD 1 round away from taking out his first map. It was Dubious's pick here. That's meaning that TBD were forced onto the defense first, and it seems to have helped them here. And they need one more attacking round, although we have seen some crazy comebacks before, and especially on a map like Coastline, anything can happen here. So they're going to head back to kitchen and service entrance once again. They feel like they had a pretty solid hold on that, just sadly losing a couple of players early on into the round, which meant that their late round hold was just a little bit made a little bit more difficult than what they would have liked it to be.
Yeah, so yeah, they just got to sort of tighten things up a little bit, work out a little bit some of the kinks right now to figure out what they can do to sort of push this. But there was a few kills that they lost that they really didn't need to go down. Forgotten really shouldn't have died when he was trying to recover the alibi that went down. That was just sort of a misplay, got stuck in a position trying to recover a player. But if they sort of just roam a little bit better, fall back to site. The roaming was really good. They wasted enough time to sort of leave it, so there was only 20 seconds to get onto the site. But they didn't have enough operators to really hold the site once it was down to those final seconds.
I think as well, we just need to see Dubious getting the first kill in the round here and just really scaring the roamers scaring the attackers of TBD out a little bit. And there we go. Forgotten. Going to be able to find the first kill onto Papa, and they will use their Jackal. So roaming going to be made a lot easier for Dubious now, and that's definitely what we need to see here. Usually when they do get the first kill in the round, they have managed to take it out, and Drone Hunt Warrior Forgotten going to be able to take it out too there, and it's going to mean a lot of intel is lost now for TBD on their attack, and this could help out Forgotten quite a bit here, and we'll see the Yokais moving slightly off the side just to try and help out these roamers a little bit more here. Drex has also decided to bring out the alibi, which we didn't see too much effectiveness for last time. I don't think anyone did tag up a prisoner, so credit to the good drone work there. And there we go. Deltero going to be able to take out Forgotten as he did push through the blue bar there and get a nice angle onto him behind the bar. So they will be able to even it up now at 4 apiece with just over half the round remaining.
Yes, as Drex makes his way through Aquarium, getting above him, seeing if they can catch anyone out, noticing the cameras have been taken out. So there is a round pre-firing through. Nothing's going to quite land, though. Drex is sort of stuck in Billiards Room now. In a sort of a gunfight through the walls, just pre-firing, seeing if he can catch anyone out. Does spot a shoulder. Don't know if he did quite see that. Nazgul could meet up with Drex in a second, but doesn't peek all the way around. And that'd be a misplay by there. And Nate will take out Nazgul as Drex. He could have just taken Drex right out.
Yeah, he had the perfect opportunity to, and there was even some shots coming from that direction as well. I'm surprised he didn't look in towards Billiards there, but will lose his life as a result of that, and so he should. They lose two of their strong fraggers on the team, both Papa and Nazgul being taken down on the Twitch and Jackal. Still have their Thermite and Thatcher alive, so this will help them be able to get into the site. Nothing really to stop them opening up any of these reinforced walls, though, and Drex still being pressured a little bit by players trying to push them upstairs, and Delterra getting very close into the site, and as long as there's no impact holes above him, he does have the potential to push in here. He will be tagged up quite low, though, and so will Silent, who is being contested by him now. Yokai going to stun him out a little bit. Silent also has that other one hit there. T-Zip get a head in as well as Scubsy, picking themselves up 2 kills, and Drexer and Nate, only 2 players left alive to stop this diffuser from going down. He's trying to find a player from behind the wall. Scumsy going to find one, T-Sim with the other, and TBD secure the round and the map. They are able to take this one out 7-2. We are seeing another score out of 7-2 on Coastline. Oh no, it wasn't 7-1 last time. I think it was 7-1
last time.
7-1 last time, 7-2 this time, but very strong defensive performance set up the round there for them, and beautiful attacking rounds. They lost the first one, but were able to take out the last 2 in dominant fashion. Papa going to be the MVP there of that one. 9 kills. You can see just how evenly spread out the kills were for TBD there. Nate had 11 kills at the end, 7 for Forgotten, and then 3 or less for the remaining players on Dubious there. So, bit of a different style of both defense and attack coming out for both these players, and the aggressive defense in the end not quite paying off for Dubious, unfortunately.
Yeah, so definitely an interesting map playing out, especially that with being Dubious pick and TBD taking that one out. That it's going to put a lot of pressure on Dubious to perform in now TBD's map pick. So it's going to be interesting to see if Dubious can take him out back onto the map they prefer to play on. And yeah, I was expecting that to go a lot closer, considering Dubious, that was their map pick, and they usually perform well on it. So considering that, a lot of pressure on Dubious right now to perform in this map.
Yes, certainly. And Clubhouse is going to be the map that we are heading to. We will have Bank as our third map if we do need a decider here. But as you said, Clubhouse is TBD's pick, and they've been able to take out Dubious on theirs. So I'm sure this is going to be putting a lot of mental pressure onto Dubious here. They have some good glimmers of hope here in terms of their gunplay, but sadly just being traded out quite quickly. Every time they were able to find a kill, we saw TBD every time just really able to shut that down, and that they just weren't really able to get into the site. We only saw the diffuser go down twice in that whole match there. So again, a lot of rounds being decided by the kills there, and a lot of times just not even able to really get close to the site. We saw TBD doing a lot better to actually get themselves into the bomb sites, which we didn't really see come out for Dubious at all. And the one round that they did win on their attack was at Penthouse, where they were able to get the diffuser down. So I think we need to see them just being a little bit more aggressive on the attack, taking the fight in towards the bomb site and getting in there, forcing those Romans to actually come to them. They seem to struggle with taking them out a little bit. So a really good start for TBD, and it's what they definitely wanted after their performance in the Summer Series qualifier.
Yeah, so they definitely got the confidence going into, especially now that this is going to be their map pick, and a chance of them taking it out without even going to the deciding map, considering it's going to be their map, the map they like playing on. Dubious definitely going to be shaking in their boots right now if they want to take this one out and keep it and go into the final map. So a lot on the line for this match, and a lot of pressure on the side of Dubious to perform.
Yes, and Clubhouse, a map, we normally see Habana being taken out quite a bit. Of course, that downstairs hold made so much easier when you have to waste those exothermic charges or the breaching torch on Maverick there. So I think we'll most likely see a Habana band coming out for them here, just to make the hold downstairs a little bit easier. It will be TBD's map pick, so Dubious do get to start on the defense here, and they'll definitely be target banning those operators that are going to ensure that they can hold downstairs and even the upstairs area as well as they can. We normally do see the sort of church and Arsenal being the site that you do see players preferring to go downstairs, and then of course gym bedroom and CCTV cache. They're sort of quite even in terms of the holds. Most of the time you have to hold one or the other. You have to hold gym bedroom to hold cache, or you have to hold cache to hold gym bedroom. So I think we will see the upstairs sites being played quite a bit here. We haven't seen any teams so far tackling that bar and stock room. It's such a long sight and very difficult to defend on, and I think we will see both teams here on their defense deciding to steer away from it. But in terms of defense operator bans, Lucky, what do you think we're going to see coming out for both sides here? Mainly Dubious, who are going to be starting on the defense. Do you think they'll be taking out the likes of an Echo or a Valkyrie, or do you think they're going to leave them in play for themselves to try and give them the best chance of having a really strong start?
I don't reckon the Echo's going to stay in play. No, they don't want to put that much at risk. Echo's such a good operator on this map. So much versatility, can drone out the whole map when they're in those sort of play times and just search for where they're coming from, what sort of area they're playing from. And there's so many spots where Echo can sit that is just so powerful. So I'd say Echo's one of the strongest defending operators on Clubhouse. So for that reason, I don't reckon he's going to stay in play. I reckon he's going to get banned out. But the Valkyrie will stay in play, I reckon.
Yeah, Valkyrie, an operator which you don't see come out as much on Clubhouse. It can sometimes be good to get a couple of cameras outside, but most of the time you do see cameras being stuck inside. And as you said, Echo, I'd say not only the strongest defense operator on Clubhouse, but just in general across all maps. He's just been proven to be so strong recently, and as well as the fact that has a little in the lore of Rainbow Six Siege, has a partnership with Docby as well, where he can't be called. So it means that Echo's usually able to stay alive for quite a long time. And since we can't have Lion as an operator that can be picked currently in any of these pro matches, we do see Docby come out from time to time on this map. And if Echo's not able to be called, then we are able to see potentially that we can hold on to, the Echo can stay alive and really stop that plant from going down.
Yeah, so for attacking operators, I would say we're going to see Glaz being banned out straight up. Again, Glaz loves to be banned at this point, just being banned pretty much every match I've watched. So I reckon that's going to be another ban being selected. Not too sure what the second attack ban. Maybe, as you were saying, the DKB could be banned as well, because that's just an operator. That those logic bombs are so powerful, giving away all the area. So, could say, I reckon my guess is Glaz and DKB.
All right, we will see how your predictions go as we head into Clubhouse here. Dubious going to be starting on the attack, TBD on the defense here. And Dubious have got the second attacking ban here. We are going to see, in fact, IQ being taken out first. So definitely wanting to make sure that any utility can go unnoticed here. So I do like that ban coming out for TBD. The second ban we're going to see is Maverick as well. So Habana and Thermite, two dominant hard breaches here, going to be left in for this one.
That's definitely a surprise for me, seeing those two being banned. And Mirror is the third one in the defending. Having those mirrors are just so powerful, but so not going to be able to use those. IQ is a little bit of surprise. We did see TBD sort of running the IQ a little bit, or was it Dubious, where they were just sort of looking for people on their cameras, looking through the floors and trying to use those verticals. So we did see IQ run a lot, but the last ban is the Echo being taken out one of those intel sort of operators.
Yes, the Echo ban being no surprise there, and Mirror can be used on, I believe, every site on this map. Of course, you can use it on any site, but in terms of its usefulness in a site, Mirror, very strong to hold both the cash room, gym, and also the church and Arsenal room downstairs. And speaking of church and Arsenal, that is the bomb site that TBD have decided that they do want to go down to first. We haven't seen recently a lot of teams starting with that. Normally we see a start upstairs and then heading down to that basement. In recent times, church and Arsenal used to be a site that you just had to defend on. No attackers were able to win, and you used to just see the rounds go back and forth, defense win, defense win, defense win, and the one attacking team who were able to win just that one attacking round were then able to do it. But with the recent change of you play your 6 defense rounds, then your attacking rounds, it's made it a little bit more challenging. So you usually see defense winning their Arsenal hold downstairs and then having to head elsewhere, and that's normally where you see attackers getting most of their rounds. And we're also going to see 2 hard breaches coming out for Dubious here, bringing both the Habana and the Thermite. I think this is really good. They're going to be able to get open those walls in towards blue. All the hatches in here to create a lot of lines of sight here. And then also getting open, most likely that dirt tunnel you do see getting opened up as well, just to create another avenue for a late round rotate if need be.
Yeah, it's gonna. The dirt tunnel, it's a spot where you can see a lot of players sitting in, and if it doesn't get open, it's a good player for the defenders to sit in to look all the way to blue and have a safe place to sort of sit and contest that angle. And so if that doesn't get really opened up, it's really a crucial point where the attackers sort of get shot from, stuff like that. There's always someone playing in that tunnel if it doesn't get opened. So we're going to have Nate just sort of droning out this garage on the buck here. And it does look like they might go for a full map clear, just quickly going to drone out the top floor, making sure no roamers. Forgotten making his way up that rafters and just going to jump straight in and clear this whole top floor, making sure they're not going to get flanked by any roamers at any point.
Church and Hustle, normally a side as well, you will see very anchor style of defense. And that's due to the fact that there's a lot of things on site for the defenders to hold by. And if I was seeing correctly there, all 5 players are going to be sitting down. And that doesn't mean that we should see TBD neglecting to drone out. I'm sorry, not TBD, Dubious neglecting to drone out that whole upstairs and second floor area, because you could have just that one time you could have a roamer that decides to sit out there and late round flank and get a lot of kills. But it is a very quick drone usually for the attackers here for this Church and Arsenal room. As you can see here, all 5 players sitting down towards that bomb site, ready for the attack that will be brought to them by Dubious.
Gonna have Silent here. Big C forward by Nazgul before he gets that thermite charge up. Not going to be opened up. There's one of their hard breaches. They do have the Habana as well, but Nate's going to throw out a grenade and take out Del Toro with a beautiful grenade going down blue. So that's going to be their smoke going down also.
And this is why you normally see Habana trying to go out for that hatch. I'm not sure why we saw the thermite of Silent going for that one, because it usually means that you will see, the C4 come out, and it's exactly what we saw. Nazgul was able to take him out. Papa has been downed, will get revived though, and both teams are actually losing quite an important operator here. They lose the thermite and the smoke, and we will see Scumsy going to be able to take out Nate Fragger for the team, as we saw in the last map here. And this diffuser going to be quite difficult to recover, considering it is sitting on the C4 hole that was opened up there by Nazgul, and not a lot of time left for the attackers. And it is also nice to see, we get to see a Glaz coming out here, an operator which we haven't got to see much, and as expected, he is going to be pushing down this blue stairs, or blue tunnel, and trying to catch out this player that is behind here. He will leave the goo mine in while he tries to find the Legion. It won't matter. Scumsy going to be able to find him out here, and Drex burning through that ADS and potentially going to look for a drop down that hatch, instead opting to go towards that blue hatch now and seeing if he can catch out Scumsy here. Forgotten going to be following him here, and Dubious just looking a little bit unsure as to where they want to attack from here, as there's not a lot of time, and they have to find the heads of 4 players here. The goo mine, Intrex not going to help TSM. We'll be able to find one. Forgotten going to try his best, but it won't be good enough, as Nazgul will be able to take him out here. Nazgul getting a 2k for the round, and TBD winning the first defense round here, and Dubious definitely would have liked to take that one, considering they are on the back foot here in this best of 3 series.
Yeah, beautiful play by Nazgul with the C4 being thrown up and taking out the thermite, just making Habana have to go back and try and do the job that thermite was doing. Not too sure, like as you were saying, why was the thermite on the kitchen hatch? It's just a spot that gets C4'd so commonly, so why would you risk sending a thermite there when you saw that they were running a pulse?
Especially since Habana can rappel on that wall outside the kitchen, which we did eventually see her do. You can go upside down, rappel on, and shoot your X-Cars onto that hatch, and then there's no way of you being taken out unless there happens to be a hole in the floor, which they do shoot you from. But you very rarely see that. You normally see all of the kitchen floor left intact. So I think next time we do go around to that site, which I'm sure we will see again, definitely see a Habana making sure to open a hatch instead of a thermite. And we should have seen the thermite being used to open up that dirt tunnel and then opening up the blue wall, or even if you have to use it on a castle barricade or something like that, I wouldn't recommend it. But you shouldn't have a thermite going onto a hatch, especially above a floor, which is completely soft. And I can't remember whether the pulse of Nazgul was 6-pick onto or not, and that may have thrown them off a little bit and thinking they were safe to use the thermite there. But either way, just to be safe, you shouldn't be using a thermite to open up one there. And kind of set up the round there from them onwards to lose, and they tried their best, but the kills all going in favour of TBD there, and doing a really good job, able to keep 3 members alive there in the end to take that one out.
Yeah, and now they're going to have that set up. Going to have a few sitting around in garage. Going to have Nate sort of opening up some lines of sights already early on the buck. He's going to make his way straight into stock room. Going underneath with the buck. Already droned out. He's going to see if he can catch anyone sitting in some off spots with the buck. Just opening up the floors, catching any lines of sight. It's not going to quite connect with anyone. Aiming directly at someone, but not going to quite... Does see them, but does get a beautiful shot on to Scumsy, but Drex will go down as the result of that hole, as well as Papa takes him out, and that will be their Capitower gone, but they don't have their Maestro alive anymore.
So again, 2 picks, the first 2 picks of the round, in fact, being 2 very impactful operators. Maestro, definitely not one of the operators you want to lose, especially on this site, because once you are able to get that wall open, it makes it very difficult to defend. You normally have to get a C4 over or use your Evil Eye to stop that diffuser from going down, which normally you see going down in front of there. And we do see Maverick as the operator that was banned, and it's going to make it tough to get rid of these bandit wires here. No Thatcher being brought for Dubious, and that's going to mean that we are going to see them have to rely on Forgotten Shock Drone to try and get rid of those ones, or the Buck of Nate below to be able to take out that. And Cook with the 1-tap, going to be able to take out T-Simu. I'm sure was tagged up a little bit already, and Dubious finally able to find a man advantage, and there we go. Nazgul going to have something to say about that one. We'll be able to take out Cook, and he does spot another player down there. The Iron Sights at Nazgul not able to find Silent, who will be able to take him out there, and beautiful kill coming out for the Thermite. And once again, the man advantage being restored for Dubious as we head into the last minute of the round.
Got it very close, just going to need 1 bullet to take him out. That wall has been opened up. They do have control of a lot of this map right now. Forgotten just merely missing the head of Del Toro as he peeks out. Some grenades. Looked like Nate was going to go for a cheeky little nade. Does start to line it up as Silent could go for a plant right now. Silent will go down though. As the result, Del Toro takes out Nate. Del Toro goes in, takes out, but only down to Forgotten left right now. And Del Toro with a beautiful shotgun takes out Forgotten. Del Toro getting a 3k quick concession right at the end.
Yeah, it did not help as well that Twitch there not on a lot of HP. Forgotten being taken out by M590A1. Beautiful SAS shotgun there, and TBD able to find themselves another round. The man advantage for most of that round was in Dubious's favour, but sadly the push coming undone towards the latter stages of that round, and a beautiful hold there from them. And we're seeing how important smoke is being. Del Terra doing such a fantastic job on both Coastline, the last map, and this map so far, to switch beautifully between his SMG and his shotgun. And he's been able to get a lot of plays where he's been switching back and forth and getting a lot of kills for his team. So beautiful 3k there to wrap up that round for TBD. And it's no surprise we are going to be heading to the gym and bedroom now. But Lockie, what can we see a change up from Dubious to be able to help them, you know, at least be able to take one of these attacking rounds? Because so far they're not really looking like doing so. And what do you think what change do you need to see coming out for them to be able to at least have a shot at getting one of these rounds off them?
It's just they're struggling to. They're finding these kills at the start, finding these frags, and getting these man advantages. But then once they have the sights, they're sort of laying back on where they're coming from, and still not playing as fully secure as you would think. They're just sort of letting TBD sort of get a few easy kills back on them, and sort of just giving them chance and hope to try and win these rounds back. They had so much opportunity to take that round out, but sort of just clubbed up together and let Del Toro run in with a shotgun and take them all. But instead, if they sort of spread out and had a lot more lines of sights and covered a lot more area, they could probably take out these operators a little bit easier.
Yes, I could definitely agree with you there. And it's just that they need to keep up the aggression. And we're seeing as well, the entries that they're trying to get into the site are jumping through windows and places where the defense get a massive advantage because you have to jump through and your aim gets messed up a little bit, and same with the gun as well. So they should be entering in through these holes, and that garage wall, I don't believe they were able to get it open, so it made it quite difficult for them there. And losing their Capital meant it was quite difficult to be able to smoke off the site and get in and get that diffuser down. Also, sadly, even though the Bandit of TBD is Scumsy wasn't able to find those shots down below, he still was able to do a good work. And there we go. Dubious going to be able to find the first pick of the round, Forgotten being taken out there. So impactful operator being taken out, and they seem to be able to do this time and time again, just being able to take out these operators, which are so imperative to the attack of Dubious. And I actually seen an ally come out of Nazgul, an operator which you don't see Legion, usually the preferred, I guess, information gatherer on the team here in terms of goo mines being going off. You only get 3 Griswold mines there, and it means that it's very difficult. And the Glaz there will be able to spot Nazgul, and Nazgul going to be able to take out Nathan. He will be tagged up from that Glaz, 1 body shot being landed onto him. Papa going to be able to find one as well in the round. Once again, falling apart here for Dubious.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Yeah, as we see, Scumsy does get the kill on to Silence, all down to Cook. Right now with a beautiful one-tap going down to Nazgul, but has given away his position, and going to see if he can get another one. Not going to quite. Scumsy's going to head right off. And just seeing some problems coming out on the side of Dubious is they're taking a lot of 1v1 fights, and at the moment they're just losing these 1v1 fights. They had Nazgul sort of pinned in a position, but instead of pushing together and confirming the kill, or at least trading the kill, they sort of just 1v1 took it and let him get way too many kills that he should have got.
And as you said, without someone to trade the kill there, it means that the aim of TBD has seemed to be slightly stronger than what we've seen on Dubious. And that meaning that, if you're playing confident and you're playing well and you back yourself to get those kills, yes, take a 1v1 fight if you'd like, but have someone there to back you up, because we're seeing time and time again these kills going in the favor of TBD, sorry. They're being able to get the first frag in 2 out of the last 3 rounds. And because of that, we're seeing that they're just able to really run away with the round. And then we're seeing the defense able to take these crossfires and able to take these double challenges onto these attackers, and just getting that man advantage from there on out. If they're 5-4 up manpower-wise, then they can just trade out every kill and they'll win with the last operator being alive. So that's all they have to do here, and Dubious aren't really doing that. We're going to see Cook bring out a blitz, and we'll most likely see that either come down the dirt tunnel or potentially as well coming down those blue stairs. So the Legion of Scumsy going to be so important here to be able to hear that blitz coming from a mile away and set up all of his goo mines around the area that the blitz does decide to push from, because it would definitely slow him down.
Yeah, so same sort of play coming out. We're going to have Naz on the pulse once again. Seeing if we're going to see these same sort of mistakes coming out. They're not going to be running a Habana this time to sort of fix up if the thermite does go down. So we're going to see if they do choose to open up these hatches with the thermite, or if they try to sort of just go for some wall openings with it instead. It's going to be interesting to see how they tries to do it. Forgotten looks like he's going to go upstairs to this balcony first up and see if they can catch anyone out and waste one of his breaching rounds on it.
Yeah, well, last time we didn't see any defending operators, playing up on the first 2 floors, and it definitely worked in their advantage. They were able to really force the gunfight to come to them, and we're playing that anchor style on this site. A lot of places to hide, and even when you get that floor open, it's still very difficult to be able to get in there and take out these players. And as you said, no Habana, and it's going to make it a little bit more difficult, which means that, once again, we're going to have to see Silent open this kitchen hatch with the exothermic charge, and as a counter to that, Drex is going to try and open up some lines inside. The Pulse should be able to get a C4 here, and he will. That's cool. Going to land it onto Drex, luckily not losing their thermite this time, but regardless of that, Nazgul getting a free C4 once again. Beautiful work coming out there for him. And TBD, again, able to set up that man advantage for themselves. And Nazgul was able to find the first C4 kill on this site last time, and he will do so again. And instead of using a breaching charge, we have 3 operators here. Going to try and take them out here. And laying in the hallway there could work against him, but he's luckily able to get away with his life. And our rotation hold could potentially work against him if Forgotten does decide to rush in here, and it looks like that's what we are going to see from him. The flash coming out, and actually will flash himself, and a beautiful hold from Nazgul. Going to be able to take out the second kill here, bring it down to a 5-on-3 for them.
Yeah, they're sort of stuck in this position as Nate gets a kill onto Taysom, but they sort of retreating off this central staircase right now as they do have the blitz, but he's peeking it, aiming down sight. Nate be also making sure no one rotates from blue stairs. Silent is going to be whiffing a few shots, not going to quite land on anyone as we do get it down into the final minutes. Impact grenade going out, trying to tag up anyone, get some any damage done as possible. Nance is very close to losing his life at the moment, as well as he's on 1 health. Datura gets a kill onto Nate, now 2v4. Silent does get a kill onto Scumsy, but can't quite get the other one as he was trying to flick. But they are still stuck in this central staircase with 28 seconds left to go. Cook does jump through the wall, will go down, it's all down to Silent left, and Papa does get the kill onto Cook, and Papa finishes off, taking Silent out.
2 beautiful pistol kills coming out there for Papa. Such a great hold. Sorry, downing one with UMP, then the other one with the pistol there. Great hold once again from TBD. We're not really seeing a dominant attack coming out for Dubious yet. They've really struggled to get in there. So many players left alive for TBD in each of these rounds, and it's made it quite tough for Dubious to get in there. I think they need to use that blitz to a better advantage. Sprint straight down the hallway or sprint through Moto and get into church and really bring the fight. Playing that long range fight with the blitz means you're sitting there with your arm out. They can pre-fire your arm, and we did hear the scream come out a couple of times from the blitz, and that's why you did see the lesion of Scumsy try and throw an impact to at least take him down, as they might have thought that he was quite low HP. But yeah, they're not really using the operators that they are bringing to their full potential, and we're actually going to see a clash potentially being brought out here for Scumsy and also Montaigne too. And there we go, kills very evenly spread, 2 kills for everyone except Drex, who has 0, and Nate with 3. So very evenly spread across Dubious, but still struggling to find them at the best of times. It's made it quite difficult for them. If they can't find these kills and get into this bomb site, then there's no chance with, the later stages of the round. There's 20 seconds left with 5 defenders to try and find. Very difficult to push into Church and Arsenal, or any of these bomb sites for that matter.
Yeah, for sure. And Dubious just really struggling to get around right now. Drex changing up, going on that Montaigne, seeing if they can just sort of stroll their way onto a site right now and just get a plant behind. That's what they're considering to do. But usually that Montaigne will walk around Garage and up that rafters and sort of get angles from there. So nothing to really stop it with a wall there. But it's going to be interesting to see how they tackle this and see if they can change anything up. That's all they're looking for right now. They're just changing up their operator lineups, see if they can find something that will work for them, if they can get around on the board.
It is good to see that they have brought out the Zofia as well to counter that Clash, who is going to be quite a nuisance here. And Clash actually getting quite aggressive very early on, and needs to be careful here because these concussions will come out and they will try and spray him down. But instead, Taysom with the cover on those rafters there will be able to take out Cook, and they lose their Ying very early on there. So a really good bait there, and that was just Forgotten being a little bit too aggressive, or should I say more Dubious being too aggressive and not really planning their attack on there. They may not have even known that Taysom was playing on those rafters there. So a really good hold for them, and we're going to see Taysom once again being quite aggressive here. Going to see if he can help out Scumsy, and the distraction of this Clash working wonders for them so far.
The calls are going to be out that there is a player sitting right next to the Clash. Zofia runs back. They're just gaining the attention of the Montaigne and the Zofia right now, just trying to catch their eye and bring him away from this opening, seeing if they can waste a little bit more time. They do have that balcony wall open with a minute and 40 seconds left on the clock. So, beautiful shot coming out from Papa, just aggressively peeking, taking Nate's head right off. And now it's 3v5 as Silent's still trying to catch anyone out. Drex does get a kill, but Papa will take Silent out as well as Drex starts making his way up this garage rafters with only him and Forgotten left. Forgotten taking Papa out.
Beautiful shot coming out from Forgotten there. Able to take out Papa, was able to pick up 2 kills in the round so far, doing a really good job for TBD there. A minute left in the round. Forgotten with a minuscule amount of health here, and I don't think they will go for a reset on him, just for the fact that if he does go down, he does have that withstand as well, which he can use if he does get taken down from quite a range away. But the Montaigne as well, taken down to just over 50 HP, and he will be the last player left alive here. And Monty, very good in a 1v1 situation, but not in a 1v3, as Deltero shows us there, being able to take him out finally. Drex was able to pick up one there in the end, but it won't matter. TBD going to pick up their 5th round in a row here, and it's looking very good to be a 6-0 half for them, as we haven't really seen an answer come out for them. We're most likely now going to head to gym bedroom, as we will. We are pretty much repeating the first half of this half, if that all makes sense.
Yeah, so it's definitely interesting to see. But we've seen this before. A lot of teams are very defensive sided on some maps, and we could just see it go completely. It could completely change, and Dubious could just go 6-0 next up, and it'd go to an overtime. But it's looking like TBD got the round advantage at the moment, but can't tell how it's going to go until we go see how Dubious go on defense.
And we did see last time they did attack onto this gym.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
We did
from
see
by
that
attackers.
they had 4 members still left alive there for TBD. So a lot of players left alive. They really struggled to find the kills, and it's made it quite difficult for them to really be able to have an answer to that. We saw them all pretty much getting taken out towards CCTV and not CCTV. Cash room, CCTV, and construction there. We didn't even see them get close to contesting the bomb side here, so might need to see a bit of a change up here, maybe the spar wall push, and I do like to see as well that they have decided to bring out the Thatcher on Forgotten 2, and this is going to help them immensely, although we aren't seeing a mute being run this time on the on TBD, although they will still be able to get rid of a lot of those ADSs, disable the Evil Eye on Maestro, and maybe even take out some goo mines as well, so I do like the Thatcher being brought out. Drix, we're going to see him on the Monty as well. And an operator, which we saw him play to some success last time. I think he was able to find himself 2 kills, in fact. But sadly, the distraction of the clash was too much for him, and they were able to take him out in the end. And the first kill has gone to TBD 4 out of the last 5 rounds as well, Chuck. So we need to see Dubious get this early pick and not let the defense, the aggressive defense, in fact, of TBD run all over them.
Yeah, it's the same sort of play that we saw last time, and Scubs is going to take Nate out. That's their Zofia going down. That's a big fraggy operator already taken out, but they do have control of CCTV and could make their way in there. Drex on the Montag is just going to be sort of sitting around there. One gas cannon just going up, but they will open up this wall to Cash Room. So it's going to be hard for them to sit in there, and they might fall off this angle, which they have done so. So they have given up control of Cash Room and going to let Drex sort of make his way towards construction, where they do have some rotations set up. And it's going to be hard for Drex to sort of sit in there. He has his back exposed, and a run out could happen any second. And they do know where the Legion is sitting, and Forgotten will take out Papa on the Legion.
Yeah, he got really stuck there. Deltero should have lost his head there, but instead Deltero will be able to find Cook, and they do lose their Glaz now. 4-on-3 in TBD's advantage here. Nazgul also being tagged down to half HP, and this Monty has managed to make his way into office now, and will be able to force any player out there. So I do like to see this coming out here for him, and we'll see Deltero able to pick up one silent, get an answer back straight away with another kill there. Still, the man advantage in the favor of TBD, and Deltero very low HP at this point.
Yeah, it looks like Silent wants to set up a Claymore there as they sort of drone in. Deltero, on 1 HP, stuck in office right now. Man advantage could go back to even any second now as Forgotten peeks in, but Deltero just peeks, overextends, and sort of just takes Forgotten right out. And that is going to leave Silent in a 1v3 right now. And he is just below half HP with 30 seconds left on the clock, pre-firing some angles. They have fallen back to sight, and Nazgul is just going to be a beautiful shot straight onto Silent's head.
Deltero there, definitely the most impactful player and operator there in that round. He was able to find himself 3 kills, I believe, and one of those being on 1 HP should have been a kill that definitely went in the Thatcher's way, but the beautiful pre-fire from Deltero knew that the push was going to come out of there, as he did see a drone being thrown in there, and really good work to hold down there. And once they got into construction, it meant that he was able to hold down office, and it really slowed them down. And again, we saw them push all construction sided. Yes, they might have been able to take CCTV and cash because of the Monty pushing them out there, but once you've got that control, They need to fall back off a little bit, rappel up onto the roof, go over the other side, open up that spy wall, and cut off that rotation, because we saw there that they were able to just, it was Nazgul who was able to sit in the hallway there and just really able to, catch anyone off guard rotating, and all players could focus on the defense towards that construction area. There was no presence being put on the outside of the bomb side, either at that gym window or the bedroom window, and there was no presence from Spa. And that meant that the defenders of TBD had free reign over the site and were able to look all over those two doorways, and it's just such an easy hold. 3 guns pointing at each door. It makes it very easy for them to do. So TBD did not do so well against Dubious in the qualifiers, but they've definitely learned their lesson here as they are looking like taking out this map and progressing on to face August in the quarterfinals here. 6-0, potential to 7-0 TBD Dubious here, and it will be a fantastic performance from them here if they are able to do so.
Yeah, considering they lost to the Prior in the past week, so it's definitely going to be. They're definitely excited if they beat them out after failing twice. It looks like Nate might be going for a spawn peek here from Garage Storage, just going to spray off a few rounds. Not going to quite land on anyone. But that running the Frost, they're just chucking it in random corners, seeing if they can catch anyone out. Going to have maybe the Frost and the Caveira roaming together right now, and hopefully idolizing on if anyone steps in those welcome mats, catching anyone out, trying to get those kills. But they're just in random spots. I think they could get spotted out pretty quickly.
Yes, it's definitely what they need to do here. They need to bring out these operators like the Caveira on Nathan and the Frost on Cook, because they just need to throw in anything they can to try and catch them off guard. And Caveira going to be tracked here. She isn't using her silent step yet to prevent that track from going any further, and maybe potentially just trying to bait them in and waste a lot of time being upstairs. But Forgotten as well, also roaming. So we're seeing a very different style of hold come out from them here, and he's going to catch out the twitch of Nazgul, and that will be the first pick going to them. And it's what Dubious need here. He will be tagged up quite low. Nate going to be able to find himself one as well. So TBD's attack so far falling apart a little bit here, and he's wasted both his impacts, and that means now he is trapped in this gym bedroom, and Papa knows he's there, holding a very close angle. Should be able to see the barrel of the gun before sees Cavern. An interrogation opportunity here, and this should secure the round for Dubious, as Nate will get that one, and all attackers forced to very quickly rotate away from the players here to make sure that they are able to get away from that in the interrogation. And T-Sim and Deltero, only 2 operators, or players I should say, left for TBD now to clutch us out in a 2-on-4.
Yeah, the defense of Douglas is looking a little bit ever. TSM does get one onto Drex, but Silent takes out Deltura. It's all down to TSM left as he's stuck in utility room right now. Could run in. There's 2 sitting around that blue. Can he get the kill off? But going to take right out, and that's going to be the first round going to the defenders.
We have seen comebacks on this map before. I believe it was Darksided who were able to come back after being 6-0 down after their attacking half. They were able to come back and bring it down and just win it 8-6 on in the overtime. So we have seen comebacks on Clubhouse before, and it is a defense-sided map, and definitely a good start we've seen there from Dubious. But unfortunately for them, they're going to have to do it 5 more times as we head up to CCTV and Cash now. But a very different defense hold we saw from them. We saw TBD playing 5 players all downstairs. This time we saw 2 roamers coming out for Dubious, and it was able to help them there. Both roamers able to find themselves a kill. In fact, the Caveira of, I believe, Nate, able to find himself 2. So a really good defense round for them, and it just meant that those last 2 players being alive were pushing into a crossfire bonanza there downstairs in that blue tunnel in the AC unit area. Head to CCTV and Cash room now. A bandit being brought out, and the potential for a bandit trick. Those holes being opened up in the wall there to make it a little bit easier to hear when those exothermic charges or X-Caras get put onto that wall. But I'm sure the Buck of Scumsy will have something to say about that.
Yeah, so the setup is just going to be sort of just what's in the meta right now. Besides that, the only thing that's really standing out to me right now, the way they're playing, is that Alibi and the Frost. The Frost is trying to catch people, catch the enemy off guard, but I think that they know they're running a Frost right now, that the Frost mats aren't going to really do anything unless they get into those final seconds. There is one placed right now in the bottom left of the screen, so that's right on the rafters of Garage. So if they do walk on along Garage and just run around that corner quickly, they could stand on that, but I still highly unlikely that Frost will get a welcome mat injure.
And Forgotten, if he's just patient with this angle, we'll be able to catch someone coming out of spawn, and we'll wait for quite some time. He does know that someone's down. Here we go. We'll take a shot at it. Won't be able to land anything, unfortunately, and Forgotten will be forced to fall back there. An opportunity that they need, and it's really good to see Dubious going for these plays, because it's what they have to do if they do want to win these defensive rounds, and the risk of that also being that they do get taken out once. Going to be very difficult for them to clutch out that round. Switch drone trying to get across there for Nazgul, but we do see Drex is wise of that that little play that he tried to go for there and is able to take it out. So don't believe any Twitch drones left for Nazgul right now, and he's going to try and bandit trick this one. He will be able to get one side, sadly not the exothermic charge on the other, and they will get this garage wall open in very swift time as well. Only 1 minute and 10 seconds down in the round now. Drex, unfortunately, not able to get both sides there.
Yeah, smart play, bringing both hard breaches so they can just open up one side of the wall, whatever side that bandit trick they it's just opened up right now. So, yeah, it's open. They do have some lines of sight onto site, and see if they can catch anyone out. They do not have a claymore set out on that run out of Garage, so Nate is going to be running around underneath. Tier 7 does get a beautiful kill onto Forgotten. That's their Rook that was playing really aggressive. Trying to get these early on frags, but he will go down because of it. The Thermite, is nearly dead. Papa nearly getting a kill, and he will be spraying through that wall. Going to be tagging up. Not quite tagging up the Maestro, but getting close to it.
They're really worried about this run out coming out here, and Cook going to also join the Maestro in the garage here. Of Papa. Just trying to see if he can catch the heads there, and this garage is the reason they are able to hold on to this one so far. If they had bought a Capitao, would have made it a lot easier, but sadly no Capitao being brought for them, and also that exothermic charge means they're going to have to vault over that wall, unless that is a little spectator glitch we are seeing there, but they're going to have to push it there and vault over, and it's a really strong hold. 30 seconds left, and although so much map control being gained early on by the attackers of TBD, they've really been slowed down now due to such a strong hold from them, and they're going to get this single wall opened up here, and it tries to jump over there. Scumsy going to use the skeleton key to get one, and Silent going to be able to land a headshot on two. 10 seconds left. A 3-on-3 situation now as the construction push does come out. The Thatcher pushing through. Silent going to find one. Nate going to be able to find the other. That's all left up to Nazgul to find the kills, but he unfortunately will not be able to. UBS picking up their second defense round in a row. The Bailiff going to be able to find that last kill there. Beautiful work from Scumsy there on the Maestro, rotating late round from Garage. And it's a shame we didn't see at least one player being left over towards that outside warehouse wall there to just maybe see if they can late round push in there. And while everyone's pushing for construction, we saw everyone's attention focused to there. If there had been one player coming in quite late in the round in the last 10 seconds towards that wall that they were able to open up, might have seen a very different story for that round.
And another point they really needed to push was the Garage. There was no contention in Garage. If they pushed in there, that Cook wouldn't have been able to sit on the in there as the Frost, and there would have been some points where they could have just had that. And if they took out that Frost and had that window peering in, and am I seeing my eyes right now?
I think you are.
We're taking it to bar stockroom.
Not a sight you see come out very often, but we have seen weird operators come out for them in their first two defense rounds. Now we're seeing a weird sight come out for them, and I think it's working for them. They're throwing TBD off a little bit, and the thing is, because you don't defend bar stockroom too often, you also don't attack bar stockroom too often. And that could work in their favour once again. TBD only needing one round here to be able to secure themselves this match and progress on to versus August in the quarterfinals here, but they are struggling so far. We haven't seen a close round yet for them where they've been able to be at least in a contest for taking out the round. And Alec going to go for a spawn pick here of Nate. Won't be able to land any shots, and he needs to make his way out of here very quickly before getting sprayed down through that hallway door. Will escape with his life successfully. 2 spawn peaks, though, we have seen in a row coming out for Dubious, and both times being unsuccessful. But at least it's making TBD just a little bit scared of that.
Yeah, gonna have some pressure towards Garage. They do know that there is one sitting in CCTV room Forgotten right now with the ACOG. And some wallbangs going through, seeing if they can connect onto Forgotten. Going to throw an impact it through the wall, seeing if they can. Del Toro droning in out, trying to spot out where Forgotten is sitting. And he's now fallen back to cash room as his position is slowly becoming moved upon. And Papa does get a beautiful flick right onto Forgotten's head, and down it goes their Rook. And now they're going to open up this wall into from Garage.
Such a nice shot there coming out for Papa. Really good mechanical movement for him as well. And now that they get this garage wall opened up, they're going to have a great line of sight. And I'm sure that frost map would have been spotted up there. Scumsy's also been tagged down quite low. That happened on quite early into the round here. And it's hopefully going to be able to see that he can get there. But it seems we have lost connection to the server. So we're going to head to a quick break here while we do get this sorted out. And we'll get back into the match as soon as we can for you guys.
We lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Let me keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know. Spirit of things, we lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, the things that fade away. Let me keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for that one there. We just had a slight technical issue, but we have got all the players in very speedily, so thank you very much to all those players for getting in nice and fast. We're going to be heading straight back into the match now, and unfortunately, the little bit of time away might either help or hinder Dubious here. We did see Dubious on their defense deciding to go to Bar, a site which we don't see players going to too much, and the first kill did end up going to TBD there. Of course, that won't count towards anything for this round, but we will have the same operators, same site going back to Bar, and the same 6 picks. So, can TB do it? They need one more round, Lockie. One more.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. So everything's going to get confirmed real quick. Nothing's going to change. But is that going to hinder how TBD sort of the way they're pushing is going to be known and how they sort of push the site? Upsetting to see that they did get the opening frag and have to go for a restart, but see how everything goes down now and see if TBD can still sort of get back into it and not let that restart hinder him, or the same for Dubious.
Yes, and it also means Forgotten sort of gets a second chance here. I'm sure we'll see him playing slightly differently to the way he was then, as Papa was able to make light work of him there, and the hole that he opened up with his impact grenade actually working against him with a beautiful shot from Papa there. But yes, Bar, a site which is one of the longest sites, I think, in the entire map pool. I'm sure someone might be able to correct me there, but it is just so long, it almost takes up the whole first floor of Clubhouse here. And besides that strip club area. But yes, it's quite a difficult site to hold to just for the fact that the attackers get so much space to push in and make use of. And Nazgul going to be able to spot at least one or two players here. Being very sneaky here. He's actually going to choose to tag up a player and surely losing his shock drone here. Has managed to tag him twice, I believe, and his shock drone slightly getting away. And if he's able to hold on to this one, he's going to do well. He uses 3 of his charges, in fact 4, I believe, to do that. And we'll be able to get onto it once more. And the smoke of Drex are really struggling to find it. Looks like he's lost about 30 HP there, so 3 shots being able to be landed onto him. So good work for the Twitch, and it's to make it a little bit easier for these attackers now of TBD to take him out. And it's not an operator you want to see tagged up too much. And did believe I caught Forgotten playing upstairs there once again in that CCTV area. So he's still going to try and contest and slow down this push of the upstairs area. Scumsy as well. Going to try and hold off this rotate through that door. And looks like Nate may try and contest this one, but we'll see. Cook getting the first kill. So first kill changing ways here. Dubious able to pick that one up, and this reset definitely has helped them here. And losing their Habana as well. Hard breacher that you don't want to lose. Able to open up so many lines of sight. And we saw last time the Habana of Papa was able to open up those 2 lines of sight from that garage wall down the bottom there to be able to look in towards Stockroom. And now that option will be limited to the exothermic charge of Thermite. We're seeing the Ash of Scumsy tags up Cook, and sadly not quite able to down him. Don't believe. No, he will be downed. My apologies. So Cook will be downed, and I guess they're going to try and bait the res out of him a little bit here. Smoke canister going off to just try and prevent him there. They are going to get him up now, and Scumsy, unfortunately, not going to be able to take him out. But I think that's a smart decision to not try and over-aggress for that kill.
Yeah, we do have Del Toro sort of playing a little bit aggressive right now, getting close towards Nate where he is sitting, and Cook as well. They are both sitting around that blue sort of staircase and holding a little tight angle. Nate will be able to hear some of this barbed wire being tapped up just a little bit, as they do have control of Garage. Now, we're getting on to the late minute of this round, though, so going to be able to have to speed things up if they do want to get onto this site, considering it's going to be 5 defenders waiting on this site to push.
I do know the other is in there as well. I'm surprised Del Terra hasn't actually opened up that window and potentially tried to take him out. Scumsy has going to push in quite aggressively to try and allow this diffuser to go down. And the defenders don't realize Cook may actually go for a run out here, and the diffuser has gone down with 5 defenders left alive. They need to get upstairs now, and Scumsy and T-Sim going to find these kills, and Del Terra going to peek out as well. 2 more kills separating them from being able to take out this map, and Drex and Forgotten going to bring it back to a 2-on-2 now. Still need to find the Thatcher and Twitch here, and Nazgul going to be taken out as well. T-Sim needs to stop this diffuser from being taken out. He should be able to hear it going down, and he's going to be able to find the smoke. 1 player left to find, and it is Forgotten. 1 pistol shot will be able to take him out here. Will he expect him lying down? I'm not sure. He does drop through the hatch, and that's going to cost him the round. Forgotten, unfortunately, falling through there. The diffuser won't be able to get disabled, and TBD will be able to take it out, winning 2-0, winning both maps here. This one being brought a little bit closer by Dubious, but unfortunately Forgotten just falling through the hatch. It was looking like in the end Dubious we're going to be able to clutch that one out, but a really good read into Dubious's defensive hold there, realizing no one was in that stock room. Scumsy just providing the distraction while Del Tero went in for the plant, and GG's to both teams there. Again, a 7-2 score line. Beautiful display from TBD there.
Yes, definitely a beautiful display coming out. Not going to quite see how many kills everyone finished up on since that reset on that last round, but that looked like it could have gone either team's way right at the end. The smoke nearly getting it. So beautiful. It was so close in that final round, but TBD just showing out that they were the more dominant team and just took it out right at the end, and it was beautiful play and was so down to the wire in those final seconds, and Forgotten just slipping down that hatch.
Yes, just a little bit unfortunate they weren't able to clutch it down there, but credits to TBD. The reset may have potentially helped them there a little bit just to gain their thoughts and discuss about the strategy that they were going to employ to attack that bomb site. It's not one that you do see people doing it too often, but we are going to to end the stream here for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We do see TBD able to progress there, taking out Dubious as well as August. So we will be back next week at 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time with the next 2 matches of the Rainbow Six Siege Summer Series here. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Monkey Fist for your clean feed throughout the day. Also, Cthulhu on production, Chuckmaster casting with me. And we will see you guys all next week, or tomorrow, I should say, sorry, with the other matches at 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time.